minions, you can kill the support quite easily if you drop dagger to them. So at least having vision is going to be very important, I think, on the ancient camps.
I'm just thinking, you've got to also keep eyes on your wisdom runes. Because in that last series, what was it? Six wisdom runes, 5 of them were got by AVULUS. OG denied one.
Yeah.
There was a lot of steals.
Yeah, OG. They were certainly not wise in the series against AVULUS. We'll see them try and do similar things probably. They have great heroes for getting in there. The Batrider, the Darkseer. Good heroes for invading. A little bit of a invasion coming out from Gaimin Gladiators. Gets spotted by Eki though. Does he realize that a ward was planted? He didn't see it, but maybe gut read is there.
30 seconds to battle.
And the reason I say that is because I remember a few times I've seen Gaimin Gladiators kind of be exposed around the Wisdom Rune timing. Ace likes to play very up, forward. You know, he's going to be contesting small camp, playing aggressively with his Phoenix. And Tofu loves to roam, as Tusk is going to be a floating hero out of bot, into mid, through Twin Gate, up to top. They've definitely got to keep tabs on the timers here.
Yeah, a lot of people fighting for a top rune. 4 from Gaimin Gladiators. Could be good for them.
And in comes Eki and Stormstormer, but there's Tiny. First point of contact. The good Flame Break pushes them back, but the Shards trap Stormstormer inside, and Gaimin Gladiators just surround this Tiny. 4 members on him, while Eki and Seneko stuck around to get some damage back. Blood grenades galore. Being chucked back and forth. But Eki and Seneko alive as they turn a bit of damage back on the Lich.
Alright, so at least some harassment coming out on the Gaimin Gladiators heroes, but that's a fantastic start. Quinn gets the first blood onto Stormstormer, offsetting that mid lane to be a little bit more in his favor. I like that. It's not often we see 4 heroes on the same bounty rune anymore, Gareth. It's so rare.
No, we always get these kind of late smokes into spread across, secure 2 for 2. Now we get a bit of action, a bit of blood in the water in that river.
Yeah, AVULUS probably thought that they were the ones bringing power with 3 heroes there. They were outnumbered.
Then the +1 comes. Yeah, I'm just thinking this mid lane is kind of 50-50 until the first active rune, and then comes down to the... Oh, is Ace okay? A lot of damage.
A lot of damage, though.
There. My goodness.
We see the combo, the disruption into the Blood Rite. Difficult to prevent. Also scary for Phoenix, because even if you start diving away immediately after disruption, you can't cancel it because you can get silenced. So you'll just come back to your starting point.
Straight back to where you started.
Could be a tough lane.
Yeah, quite often. Oh, they're just going to go for it again, yeah. Just keep spamming this combo. And Ace, he's just dead here, isn't he? Right click down, found by Smiling Knight. Nothing that he can do. And now you have a Phoenix illusion for Seneko hitting into Tofu.
That's silly. Get the little illusion harassment as well coming in.
Bit of chip damage there. Good strong lane, that Shadow Demon Bloodseeker. Up at top, Watson trying to drag this wave around as it looks like Eki. He's playing with the equilibrium.
Yeah, shenanigans happening already, blocking both the camps. And Batrider might go for the next pull, or wants to go and contest Watson, not give him the free farm.
Yeah, Zibbe finished his wave off. And Watson, he's had enough of this, steps up, gets a few hits in there. Make sure to assert dominance in this lane.
Oh, bottom lane, nice dodge on the Blood Rite, using the snowball to get out of it. Now they're the aggressive ones.
Oh, that's a good turn from Gaimin Gladiators. Kill off Seneko there, reclaim this lane, and there's a nice wave here. They could zone Smiling Knight away from. Get a few more denies.
They led with the Blood Rite this time, didn't go for the disruption into Blood Rites. So, backfired a little bit for them.
So a chance for Ace to respond quicker.
Exactly. He was on point and turned it into a kill on Seneko. Seneko, though, coming back with full HP, is looking to take this Lotus spawn.
And a Blood Rite from Smiling Knight. Snowball dodge again. Tofu, he's going to get it. Good Lotus grab from him.
Also wants to block in Seneko, diving over on him. He does not have TP if he dies here, and I don't think he's getting any help.
He sees these last hits. He's like, I'll try and get what I can. Phoenix with a lot of damage. Tusk trying to slow this Seneko Shadow Demon down. They need another hit here.
Snowball.
The body blocks from the Bloodseeker, but Snowball comes and Tofu will secure it. While Smiling Knight, he's turned on Ace. 8-1 charges though. He's got a lot of regen, and Smiling Knight realizes if he sticks around, he could actually die and might still. Tofu
no.
with some more nice shards, but Ace still on cooldown there, couldn't offer any further damage.
Okay, Smiling Knight on very low HP, but going to be regenning a bit as he gets these creeps on the tower. Top lane, Watson.
Dropping very low. Tons of sticky stacked up on him. Handed some more regen by Celery.
Sort of fun side lanes that we enjoy to watch. Celery.
Yeah. And just with a little bit of dragging and pulling, right? This Darkseer is having a good lane, which honestly feels so rare. Darkseers often get crushed.
Yeah, and if he's having a good time in lane, that means he might be off to a better start than we're used to. It does mean that the Batrider has not been overstacking in the Ancients.
Right.
So they're not preparing a fallback mechanic like that. And that would be very important as well, getting those stacks going.
In fact, it's Phoenix the one dragging behind a little bit in last hits. As we see this mid lane, Tiny out in the lead ever so slightly. Spamming out with his avalanche toss.
He's leading the CS, but due to that first pod, Quinn is still slightly ahead in net worth. At least when he finishes these.
And this often comes down to first action rune, level 6 on Earth Spirit, do the supports rotate. I quite often see Tiny die around minute 6 or 7 with ganks coming in. It's equally possible it goes the other way. You know, Stormstormer finds lots of nice moments here to utilize this big burst damage Tiny brings early in the game.
Both of them dropping quite low in HP, so definitely possible we'll see a rotation from the support soon. 5:10 on the clock, so that power rune spawn is going to be ever so important.
This is prime time now, right? The next 2-3 minutes is a support's dream. You've got so many activities, so much stimulation on the map.
Well, that's one way to look at it. I think some players say, you know, that it's too forced. You have to go for the rune, you have to go for the wisdoms. There's a lot of stuff to do, but it's also sort of scripted.
Yeah, but then you can tear up the script and TP 5 heroes to guard your wisdom rune, stuff like that.
Yeah. Can surprise people. Tiny went for a run back to base and then TP out, so he has full resources for the rune fight.
Good. That's what we need. And already you see the little dots moving around. Stacks are being made on the way towards mid. Batrider and the Lich heading top, where Stormstormer is. Rune has spawned bottom, though. So what is it, a 3v3 around the Tiny here, as Stormstormer avalanche tosses the Tofu away and gets back by his tower. And the Invis rune in the end is grabbed up by Seneko. He was guarding it for a little bit, but he'll take it in the end.
That's nice for him. Nice little steal, so in the end, we'll see if he can do anything. He's going to use this Invis rune to go scout at least. May consider using it for stealing the Wisdom rune. It lasts for quite a while. He's tracing the Tusk for now.
He's watching Tofu go all the way down south. Smiling Knight currently laning on his own there, and you're right, Seneko is going to steal. This is what I was saying, man. You've got to keep your wits about you against this AVULUS side.
They're thieves, Gareth.
Pilfering
Theft is
bastards, aren't they? Look at them.
They truly are. Robbery.
Oh, they've scanned it, though. Here's the TPs. How many? 3?
Did he get
Four?
it?
How many are they coming with?
You can't see him?
The Wisdom Rune's grabbed. He's got it. Seneko, hands off keyboard. Hands off keyboard, man.
My old friends.
TP out? No way this succeeds. He's dead.
He tried to blood grenade aggro the Ancients, and then he tried to TP out. Maybe if he held the blood grenade, he would actually have lived, because the max HP. What?
Maybe.
Did you see that?
Whoa. Did Watson get them?
Yes, he did.
Watson got
He
one
got
of
one.
them.
Yeah, he got one. The other got sent to base quickly.
Oh,
that is so stupid.
That's a problem. Now Zibe's still being run down here by the Froshield Lifestealer, while Eki battled on by Quinn and Celery. This Batrider trying to slip away from the Magnetize as the Avalanche Toss clears out Quinn. Celery took down Eki, but a 2-for-1. And Watson getting, yes, a free neutral item. Not really joining that fight.
Yeah, I mean, that's still impactful, though. Getting the neutral like that. It's a silly mechanic. Well, he's looking to go on Ziba a bit. No kill threat here, Ziba can just surge away, but at least bothering him, not letting him farm. This is still a valuable play. Now, he's in fact the one who's looking to steal a bit of Ancients.
Yeah,
Takes one of them.
And runs away.
But yeah, the mechanic is worth talking about a little bit. So the Iron Shell, the Iron Shell delivers the neutral item to Darkseer, even though he's not nearby, since he's killing the creep, and the Tiny was just or Batrider is just a carrier of the Iron Shell. It's definitely a little bit odd.
Just flies out across the map to the Darkseer because he's the one doing damage technically.
Yeah, it doesn't consider that there's heroes next to the Darkseer since he's nowhere close to where the creeps died.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's
right. 'Cause you don't get
whether-
neutral drops if there's enemies nearby.
Exactly.
Well,
Normally, we
contest-
don't see steals like that. Ooh.
No. Large camp steal from Ace, and they're scouting the Ancients. Stormstormer walks in, chucks a couple of spells at them, but he's going to get shard blocked here. No, he's not. Just about
all
wriggles
five
free. Sinister
Gaimin
Gaze, though, going
Gladiators.
to drag them back in. Stormstormer, not much he can do there.
5-man moving. We talked about the importance of the ancient camp, and obviously so did Gaimin Gladiators. Look at them. They do not want this to happen. Slowing down Darkseer's progression. This does leave the rest of the map a bit unattended as Bloodseeker's free farming, but I think this is the bigger prize to get. You steal a triple stack on the Ancients. The big camp double stack was also taken. Big wins for Gaimin Gladiators. And they're shook, Gareth. AVULUS paused the game. What do we do?
Yeah, this was meant to be the Darkseer's kind of catch-up money. Get a bit of cash flow, get a bit of experience with the Bat Rider. Get them to their first big items. Now, all of a sudden, Gaimin Gladiator is going to be much faster with this Lifestealer Radiance. Or I guess he's going Armlet first. Wait, is Watson actually going to go Radiance at all this game?
He could go back for it. It's quite common to go Armlet into Radiance, but we'll
Okay.
see. I like the idea of him going for some other DPS item as well in this game. Like Mjolnir ain't bad. You can go for a Deso build if you want, but yeah, Armlet into Radiance is very common because it's stronger at this phase, right? You don't become useless. That's the danger of going Radiance first item. You just don't provide anything. So more likely than not, it's just Armlet into Radiance.
Okay. I think in these quals, it's the first time I've seen it in this order. It's
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's been Radiance in. I think Vtune, Duraccio, they've both done Radiance into Armlets.
Those greedy
after.
boys.
Very
Yeah.
greedy.
Yeah, that's more abusable by aggression. This is the
Stormstormer.
safer style.
Bringing aggression mid to slay Celery. Whacks him with a tree, but this Magnetizer is still going there onto Eki and Stormstormer with Quinn in the vicinity to continue, but Tofu, he snowballed to save himself and unlikely to escape there with the Avalanche finishing him off. No further response here from Gaimin Gladiators as Lifestealer and Phoenix continue farming, giving a lot of space here to AVULUS to play through mid.
It does. They get some good fighting. Didn't really bring any tower damage on top of it, but the kills are nice for them. They get the rune control as well. Tiny has the illusion rune. Great to dispel whenever.
Yeah, pops it now to get away from Fiery Spirits. The dive into Bloodright. And Bloodseeker's not going
damage.
to chase it.
He wasn't close enough to get the rupture, sadly, if he was a little bit earlier. And you don't leave your neutrals on the ground.
Again.
Yeah.
Radiant's middle tower.
He did it yesterday, right? And Zibbe had to
Yes.
come and pick it up.
Yeah.
Bit of littering. Stormstormer not going to get the avalanche there as Celery sidesteps it. Quinn not quite landing the roll, so a good toss back there. Going to keep Stormstormer all right in that bottom jungle, even though he's still under dire vision. While down to bottom lane, Phoenix dives away. Tiny comes in to save this Bloodseeker. Tofu some good shards. Blood right there and the toss over the top. Oh,
See the
thanks.
damage.
Game.
Lifestealer joining.
I want to come back in on
Suneko.
this. Suneko going to get munched on here by the Lifestealer. Down you go. And the disruption through the rage still creates the illusions, even though he didn't get bubbled.
Yeah, it's very weird. It sort of pierces debuff immunity. Not really. Gives you the illusions at least.
Dire's top tower.
But this bottom tower looks compromised. This Gaimin Gladiators are a little bit too strong for AVULUS to want to take the fight. So they're just split pushing for now. Not necessarily getting a tower damage in trade, but at least getting good farm.
I mean, this is
Bloodseeker going for the Maelstrom build. Yeah,
This is
go
the
on.
fastest I've seen Watson move, to be perfectly honest with you. Minute what? Minute 7, he was already running down his lane, playing into Wisdom Runes. Minute 12, now he's got armor, he's ready to go and fight.
That's true. That was our criticism a little bit in the upper bracket, where he didn't necessarily have the best games. His Drow Ranger, we felt like he was mostly farming, not really joining his team. But here, he's activating a lot. In stacking, going invading the ancient stacks and going for the bottom tower.
Yeah, and props on this item build. Play faster through the armlet.
And he has the Radiance queued up now, so going back for that. Very nice build up.
A couple more nice pickups there as well. Mech Darks here. Blade Mail for the Earth Spirit on the other side.
Does catch Eki. Can they? Nah, not even with the Tusk. Firefly, too good at getting away.
Feels like both teams are going to be wanting to fight very
Celery.
shortly.
They know
Celery
he's here.
The dire scan. Celery knows there's
sense it.
someone else there. Stormstormer through the trees, not going to find him.
Just don't move, Celery. We're good. They TP's mid.
And his dire ward is going to watch the Tiny move out. The Bloodseeker go back to farm.
You know, Celery played so much tree and protector. He basically is tree and protector when he plays Lich as well. He decides in the trees.
Yeah. Well, Eki does die up at that top lane. Tofu and Watson pairing up. Kill the Bat Rider. Delay that blink a little bit, as Bat is 800 gold away from it right now.
Yeah, a blink that's a bit closer is going to be Tiny, who only needs 70 gold, so this creep camp should get it to him. Very close to it.
Well, Seneko took some of
I think
those
Seneko
creeps.
got. Yeah, I think Seneko got the troll. He got the big
bigger
troll.
one. They're both pinging like
My
awkward.
gold. Yeah,
A little bit
it's
awkward.
fine. Next creep wave, he got it. So Tiny is ready to group up and go. Let's see if he decides to find Batrider. If Batrider is just going to be allowed to farm a little bit of Ancients and build towards his blink.
Quite bold for Celery just to walk up, sentry, and steal the Watcher.
Sometimes that's how you gotta play as a support. You know, pretend that you have backup or just walk in and don't worry. If you play safe always as +5, then you honestly can't really play good Dota that way. You gotta take some risks.
You just end up warding your own jungle camps, basically, right? You're just warding your side of the river over and over again. Stormstormer, he's going to make that first move mid. Blink,
Beautiful.
toss back, gets the catch, snowball save on himself, and magnetize out from Quinn right
Blade
now
Mail.
with the Chain Frost in, the Blade Mail returning damage, and the dive with the Supernova landing in. AVULUS in trouble as they try to split. No one's dead just yet. The Chain Frost
Darkseer's
bounces
gonna
back
take
to an
down.
illusion, but now they'll find Stormstorm on the right-hand side. The chase forward still trying to catch up to Zibe and the Smiling Knight Bloodseeker as they rupture Ace, holding back with the Blood Right. Watson just charges forward. A good flame break. The roll kind of off the mark from Quinn there, not landing on anybody. Gaimin Gladiators is going to have to disengage, and that was everything spent for a tiny kill. A Gaimin win the fight, I guess?
No, they win. Yeah, I mean, it's really good. They would have lost a hero, and in the end, they all react. All of AVULUS are there. They turn that fight around with a beautiful egg. And while they would have wanted to get more, they still do get a kill on the enemy mid. Almost got the Darkseer as well. He got lotused up by his teammates. His supports got him. I don't know if it was Batrider or Shadow Demon, but one of them carried a healing lotus, gave it to him as he was about to die.
Stormer jumping again, looking for whatever he can find. There's AVULUS who stay mid and play to push this tier 1 tower. That's what the I guess was about, right? It's like Gaimin Gladiators win the team fight, but their positioning, they have to kind of scatter and they lose out on this mid trade now.
It's more about they spent their big ultis, so now having cooldown, AVULUS are the ones being a bit more aggressive. Still looking to fight though. Gaimin Gladiators.
I mean, Stormstormer, was he the one that caught the Tusk, or was Tofu the one's going to turn around and kill Stormstormer? Because this Tiny being eaten up by a Lifestealer. And on the right-hand
Seneko,
side,
though.
Ace is found, though, by Seneko. Eki's
He
going to get the
solo killed
lasso down on the Tusk as well. Dragged into the Blood Right. Tofu, Fairy Fire, Infest saves him. Buys some time for the Quinn Magnetize to come in. Eki and Smiling Knight, the wall is dropped. Maybe a turnaround play here. But this Infest, Watson, keeps Tofu alive for a little bit longer until he dies, while Quinn is dropping so very low. A few more hits from these illusions. Take him out, finally. AVULUS now their turn to hit back and get some kills.
Yeah, so Neko is just playing so well. Gets the solo kill on the Phoenix in the start of that fight, and then he just keeps saving people and providing a lot of damage. Is that actually having a massive impact? That's why his teammates are calling themselves Akbar fans, I guess.
And then Stormstormer again, just 2 minutes of non-stop pure aggression. As Stormstormer grabs this blink, and we so often say, right, it's investment in aggression, you've got to make it pay off. Stormstormer says, yes, I know. Goes and takes 3 fights in a row.
They have a great aggressive lineup. They're fighting into an aggressive lineup from Gaimin Gladiators, so this tiny blink dagger is kind of bound to pay off. You're also playing as a squishy support in the Lich. Almost want to see the Lich go for like fluffy hats or something to try and buff up his HP just to survive. He's going for a Glimmer. Celery, he understands that he wants to save people, but this one-shot combo from Tiny, it feeds off of those supports that die in one jump, right?
Yeah, then it's all of a sudden numbers advantage, force a buyback or force the disengage. You don't want to be fighting when you're a man down. And right now, Stormstormer continually looking for these moments where he can play aggressively, combo
Just
down
punching him.
Tofu, and Zibe just hitting him over and over again, slapping into Tofu until the Tusk He's put down the Verdurous Dale, but he'll die.
He died in a beautiful place, Gareth. Nice and green.
Golden and green. Meanwhile, middle lane, it is Seneko. Akbar fan number 0, the original, the OG, starting things off to kill off Celery.
Beautiful stuff. Fighting for the rune as well, making sure to get the Arcane rune. He denied the water rune as well. That was dug up by himself. He didn't want it to get stolen.
And Gaimin, who started this game with a lot of early moves, they've... I mean, maybe it's not falling into the trap, but Lifestealer definitely has the downside of waiting for Radiance at some point.
Yeah, he is just now about finishing it. He is 60 gold away, so this creep camp will be his Radiance, and then that is a massive power spike to play on. Now he's going to be extremely hard to bring down, and they basically can only kill him if they combo up like Lasso into Bloodright or some good Chainstone combos. So look for Gaimin Gladiators to really turn up the pace now.
Oh yeah. I mean, Ace, this Phoenix, he's got Shiver's Guard, and he's quite strong. Dives away from the initiation of Stormstormer, while Quinn is here, the bodyguard for Ace, turns up and said, "What? You dare initiate on my Phoenix?" But Stormstormer's pretty fast with the phase boots, and now the blink, so he'll get away from their grasps.
The shard, good cleanse from Soneko. Having an early shard on the Shadow Demon, really useful.
Very powerful.
We talked about it in this, at the start of the game, how good it's going to be here. So many things to dispel. Otherwise, he could have been in danger to Lifesteal running over, but means Lifesteal goes back to farming the Ancients. Well, he does want to fight. He doesn't want to waste time running after something that doesn't die anyway. Pipe and Mech complete on the Darkseer, so he's looking to fight.
Man, it's just a flurry of items, and another move of aggression here from Stormstormer onto Quinn. Lasso on Lifestealer as well. AVULUS in position, but Celery with a turn. Wall dropped onto Watson. And Celery here with Eki stepping forward, but no more control. Ace is going to dive back over them to protect the Lich with a Supernova placed, and the Chain Frost still bouncing. The Batrider dies for it, and a 1-for-1 trade as they jump the Ace Phoenix again. Toss into Avalanche, but the Snowball Save is there. The blink from Tofu is revealed. Smiling Knight punched, held back during his BKB, but he walked through the wall, protecting himself while these shards block Stormstormer and Zibe inside. Another toss around, kills off Ace. Disruption there buys some time, but Seneko's going to die eventually regardless. As Watson and Tofu, held together by Celery's Lich here, that Chain Frost really brought things together, still able to hold this mid lane.
A good fight by Gaimin Gladiators, but at the same time, better trade for AVULUS. And they find a haste rune, so Tiny already looking to play under that ward again, in case any of the supports got too close.
And it was just a massive confluence of items there, right?
Yeah, the
Blink
BKB.
Tusk, Radiance Lifestealer, Phoenix Shivers, BKBs, the pipes, the mechs.
Both
Everything
teams
ready.
hitting strong power spikes, and we see them just slam into each other, fighting over the dominance of the map. Smoke again. Look at them relentlessly going on AVULUS.
So what is this? Since minute 12 or 13, whenever Stormstormer got blink, it has now been a good 8 minutes of non-stop go. The Radiant scan turned red, and Stormstorm, a nice attempt.
Blink away. Yeah, smart by Gaimin Gladiators to play towards their Wisdomer and make sure it doesn't get stolen. They're gonna go and try and claim their own shard, but they can't actually do it with the 3 of them.
No.
A little bit awkward to have an offlaner, a carry, and a support not able to take the Tormentor. Because it wasn't just that they were scared about AVULUS, they legit would have died to that Tormentor.
And now kind of sheepishly coming back out of the base and back to farming, while AVULUS have taken up all the space on the rest of the map. Batrider gets to play up top, Darkseer shoves out mid, so multiple lanes now heading towards the Dire Tier 2s.
There's a recall for round 2 on the Tormentor. We'll see if they get it this time with the tag team.
Do AVULUS have any more smokes? Of course they do. They've got a smoke generator somewhere in their base. And Tormentor's dead, but there's double damage rune.
That also pings their location for AVULUS, so they know Torment was taken. They know there should be some low HP heroes, and Lifestealer, don't go that way, buddy.
Oh, Watson, the Blink Lasso. They've got him. There's no getting out of that.
That's always the danger,
wonderful
right?
move.
Walking to the left after taking your Tormentor is a scary goal when you don't see enemy heroes.
Yeah,
Lich
into
now.
darkness, while Lich vacuumed back in towards Zippe, Seneko, and Eki there with some long-range poking, not really showing their heroes or committing themselves to any counterplay from Gaimin Gladiators. It has all been very clean from AVULUS.
big damage to the tower as well. Tiny coming with a DD rune. Smacking into it. Gonna have the tree grab soon. This tower is just not long for this world. Even with the glyph, they could stick around. Respawns are a little bit slow. Yeah, Storm is pinging it. Says he can take this tower right now.
Yeah, why not? Just bring it down. Bring the heroes. Bring the bodies. Get the damage.
That's a great time to take it as well. You have 2 minutes with Roche still being bottom, with no tier 2 tower to reinforce. Could be an idea, but their heroes are not that good at roshing.
Gaimin Gladiators kind of itching now to have something go their way. They want to dictate this play. Smoking up as 3, infesting into the Tusk.
They did infest... Was that ping a dire ping?
I didn't see it.
There was a ping on the mid creep wave, and the lifesteal had not turned off his radiance before infesting.
Oh.
So the radiance did show on the creep wave, but I'm not sure it was Radiant that spotted it. You can see it bottom now again, but you have to pay attention to the lanes to see it. I think they might get Zibbe.
They might do, yeah. I mean, the positioning right now, the rest of AVULUS off towards the Tormentor to get Storm and the Shard, but Zibbe...
He used Surge.
He jumps up. He gets the mech off, but the damage coming too hot from this Watson lifestealer.
Yeah. A nice pick, and they're very close to the tower, so now looking to even the score on the tier 2s. Glyph is there to delay it. We'll see if they commit to keep hitting into it. Lifesteal can tank it quite easily.
Sure can. And with the glyph gone, I'll kill this tier 2. And I guess next play is to get top left corner somehow, right?
Exactly.
Roshan's moving. You want to set up there?
Exactly. It's time to relocate. The important part of the map is no longer the bottom part. It's going to be up there in the top left corner. And Radiant have a bit of an advantage that they still have their tier 1. Otherwise it would be hard for them to fight into. As a few items are about to continue, we have the pause here. Bit of lag, some internet issues for AVULUS today. The Tiny is very, very close to his BKB being completed. Just 100 gold, basically. He's going to have that coming out. Shadow Demon did get his Glimmer Cape after the Shard rush that he went for. And Batrider...
Darkseer is about halfway to Blink.
Batrider optimistically trying to go for a BKB as well. It will take a little while longer, but going to be a fantastic item for him to have.
I'm a little sad he hasn't gone from our favourite Batrider build.
Right?
Treads and the Shard. But I don't know if he just got unlucky with the Tormentor. Doesn't want to go Shard this time.
Yeah, I mean, the one you're referring to is when we watched Promise play. He actually bought Shard before the first Tormentor even. He went Power Treads, Blink, and Shard and just right-clicked a lot of people. Eki playing a different style. He doesn't need to be the damage dealer in this team, as they have Tiny, they have Bloodseeker, they bring tons of damage. So he's just playing more the control Batrider, the more classic style. But I like the new age Batrider, the right clicker.
Yeah, was it Problems?
Yeah.
I wasn't thinking about that like rush into it, but I've definitely seen some bats just go Treads anyway.
Problems, I think Respect played it as well. We had a few different players doing it, but Problems was the one who dominated the game. He was the top damage dealer by far as a pos 4 Batrider.
Just right clicking.
We're talking like, 14, 3, and 16 or something score. Definitely a replay to check out for any Batrider fan out there if you want to see a fun way of playing it.
Yeah, it's good stuff. I mean, I've seen Eki like go back into it, but not have it be his, the build that he's going for that game.
Yeah, might pick up a shard later on and just start doing some damage. It's very nice. Not being disarmed during your lasso and getting those extra sticky napalms just for auto-attacking. It really adds up quickly how much damage you can put out. Now we see, as you mentioned before, the teams gravitate towards the top left corner as 25-minute mark is coming. See Shadow Demon trying to set up Vision there already.
And both teams trying to get this lane shove going. Earth Spirit and Lich kind of circling around mid, where Bat and Bloodseeker are pushing back. As Celery goes to the low ground under Radiant Vision, Sentry, and Observer. So Blink, Lasso, Rupture, and Bloodright. Celery gonna die by walking back towards his fountain. Rupture kills him, and now the line is drawn. Head top, boys. Stormer says it's Roshan protection time.
It truly is. Bloodseeker Rupture is on cooldown though, so I think Gaimin Gladiators, even if they have one hero down, Lifesteal could group up with Tusk right now, infest and look for a pickoff, or even jump into the Earth Spirit. Either of these vehicles will do.
And Storm is starting off again. The Flame Break nearly pushes this Phoenix around, but Ace completes the dive. Does Flame Break even push you out of dive?
Yeah, it does. If it
does,
connects when
okay.
you mid-dive, then you will stop.
So he got around it, just about.
Yeah, tricky stuff to be ready for. At least the dive is very quick.
That's an Echo just disrupting, creating a couple of illusions to scout out deeper in that top jungle. Well, there is a smoke here from Gaimin Gladiators.
This is a
Lich
little
and
bit late,
Lifestealer.
though. They waited for Lich, sure, but that means Rupture is back online. Batrider's Lasso is going to be up again. So those cooldowns, the timing was missed for Gaimin Gladiators to take a fight without cooldowns ready.
Tofu infested yet again. We'll see if they can find the target they want. As AVULUS, they've got Smiling Light and Zibe up at the front. The smoke breaks already. And Zibe, the first point of contact, the tanky Darkseer actually disappears. Doesn't get anything off while the shards have blocked. Bloodseeker aside, forced to force staff out. As Quinn gets ruptured, Lasso dragged back in towards AVULUS. But it doesn't feel like they want to fight.
Lifestealer is
Not
big.
yet anyway.
Going in.
Darkseer brought back. His TP top. Seneko disrupts the Lifestealer. Watson is going to charge forward. Blood Right's down. Rage is up though. So Watson able to face off against it. And Gaimin Gladiators, they hold the pit as Stormer jumps in. Turn around, Sinister Gaze, Chain Frost. Avalanche toss out of the Tiny. Celery does get slapped down.
He didn't put
Blitz
the
down
Ice
for
Fire.
40. Numbers advantage for AVULUS now.
He messed up. He didn't get the Spire out before the Chain Frost. Otherwise, that Tiny would have taken a lot more damage. Even with the BKB, the Chain Frost is pretty nice to get out there. Bit of a misplay, but still good spot for Gaimin Gladiators. They have the egg available, and Lifesteer soon has his ulti again. It's not easy for AVULUS to fight into without BKB on Bloodseeker. He's nowhere close, actually. They're all under
no
a
lasso
ward.
from Eki either. Kind of hard here as they do step forward, but these two supports, they're exposed. The Ice Shard's going to block in the Shadow Demon while Tofu runs towards Stormstormer. The vacuum wall, though, thrown back in towards them as Seneko is kept alive barely. Runs off to the right, dead to Watson, though, now as two cores chase him down.
Fight is not
Another
over,
re-smoke, though,
Gareth.
from AVULUS.
We keep going.
They want to turn around. Eki, he's got lasso in a second. They want to make a jump here. Quinn's TPing out. Tofu's infested.
They didn't
And a
see it, though.
re-smoke from Gaimin, but it breaks on them. Tofu, he's going to get jumped with Lifesteal inside him. Jumps back out again. Snowball buys time. Lasso's there on Watson. Dragged away while Tofu punches the Tiny down. Stormstormer's dead, and now it's full disengage time from AVULUS. They can't continue fighting.
Gladiators are gonna be the winners in this Colosseum. The fight is finally looking like it's over. Gladiators actually moving. We had like a 3-minute posturing and fighting up there. So Roche is soon to move bottom after all this. Shield rune. Great rune for the Earth Spirit to get as well while Tiny is dead. Can't help but feel that committing all their spells onto the Earth Spirit was a bit of a mistake from AVULUS. Rupturing and lassoing him just lets the Lifestealer roam free.
I'm going to tell you now, I cannot remember what happened in any of those 4 fights we had top left corner.
Oh yeah?
There's so much shit just being thrown at each other.
That's true. I mean, Gaimin Gladiators did a good job taking over the vision control. The big lost fight for AVULUS up there was the fact that they walked under a ward and sentry combination. All of them showing themselves. That was detrimental to them.
Oh, Eki. He's being eyed up bottom by Tofu. Jump catch. Full staff flame break. Is that enough to break free here? Very speedy now. Cracks the whip, pops the glimmer, and shifts out of danger. Maybe even looking for a turnaround play with Seneko.
He's gonna take the flowers. Oh no, the 6 flowers are too tempting.
They know
He
it's
can't resist.
happening. And there's the Blink Lasso. Damage out of the Shadow Demon with a Blood Right to follow, but the Snowball in time buys a little bit of time maybe for a
gets the
blink
blink.
out and a 4 staff away. Tofu gets the distance.
Tofu is fine.
Stormstormer can't catch him. Blink's on cooldown. Tofu's alright.
Oh, they messed up a little bit there. Didn't expect him to get the snowball out, but he dodged the blood right, and the avalanche was wasted. So then they don't have an insta catch anymore, and now they're the ones to group up. Lasso on cooldown. That try not even there anymore. Storm could be in trouble.
But he BKBs and tosses the Phoenix. Walrus punch
have
used.
TP.
Maybe a TP out. He can't. It's on cooldown. Avalanche thrown back onto them, but Stormstormer chased down by the Snowball. Finished off by Ace, while Quinn kicks across the front. Doesn't land on Seneko, but they're still going to dive this all the way behind the tree line into the Shadow Demon. With another punch up into the sky. AVULUS lose another 2 heroes, and Gaimin Gladiators really driving this game forward now.
Hiding back in a big way. Love to see the way they're playing, staying close to each other, and, you know, Tofu is pulling some heavy lifting with his Tusk. really facilitating most of their moves. The initiations, the survival, living against all those heroes there was, you know, a bit of a mistake by AVULUS, but also Tofu just playing really well.
And now a Roshan for them. The first Roshan of the game at minute 31.
Yeah, it was postured a lot for, but finally it's going to be Gaimin Gladiators who reap the reward. I'm going to get that Aegis. They're going to put it on Watson as they TP out their Earth Spirit already.
Quickly onto Eki, who BKB TPs himself. Was that his reveal? The BKB reveal is to...
No, he had it. He had it bottom already, but it's the first trigger on it.
First usage of it, yeah.
Yeah.
The debut then, not the reveal. Whatever.
Indeed. The premiere of the BKB. And AVULUS looking a little bit shook. They were playing very, very fast in the first stages of the game, but now feeling like Gaimin Gladiators are a bit strong with the Aegis. We're probably going to see them dodge a bit and try and farm up. All of them are showing themselves on a ward, though. A gem would have been so nice right now.
And the Dire Vision's still here from the Roche fight. Which one? All of them.
They find the wards at least. Good D-ward.
One of, yeah. And the other one's going to expire in 20 seconds anyway. And Stormstormer and Eki going to go bottom right corner, push out this wave.
So
find a little bit of space for themselves.
Both carries are about to have Aghanim Scepter. Lifestealer just 100 gold away from his, and we have Bloodseeker Aghanims already online. So he's got the barrier, also the AoE damage.
So this is something that AVULUS have as like a play. Well, they're going to lose the Batrider here. But they've done this in a couple of games now, I've noticed, where if they're not feeling super comfortable or they're waiting for certain item timings, especially when they have Stormstormer Tiny, but they do this also with Earth Spirit, they'll have the Tiny and the Pos4, Tiny Bat in this case, sit. Oh, hang on, is Stormstormer actually in trouble top? BKB TPs.
Tusk is there.
Force Punch is here to cancel though, and Stormstormer's going to get caught out. Sunray over the top of him, going to burn him down.
No counterplay to that for Storm.
No.
Just getting caught.
A big kill. But yeah, so they put this Tiny and Batrider into the safe lane, into this like bottom right corner currently for Radiant. And they kind of hold it, farming jungle and pushing out the wave over and over again. Because it's kind of a stronghold to play into, with like Lotus Pool next to you, lots of trees to hide into. And they just keep, you know, shoving wave, hiding in trees, farming jungle. Here, though, it seems like Gaimin Gladiators, you know, found that moment to go and stab them right in the heart of their play, kill the bat, and then, as Tiny shifted top to cut another wave, found him as well.
Comes down a lot to the dynamic of the heroes in the game. This game you have Tusk and Earth Spirit, two of the best catching heroes, so it's going to be very hard to sit and kind of ghost push those side lanes. It's going to be hard to reveal yourself at all in lanes. So we see AVULUS being herded into the jungle more and more. Tofu on the hunt with the Infest in him. See how fast he's running around.
The jump, maybe on Eki, if they see him.
Yeah, if he shows at all, would be a quick jump there. But Bloodseeker farming bottom could be a better target.
Celery. Celery's Lich. He's just going to Glimmer Cape walk forward, sees the bat, and an immediate smoke after. Eki's going to get revealed there. Jumps in, lassos the Tusk. The big target, but they can't kill him off. Yule's up into the sky. Seneko, Eki turning, and they will kill him with Stormstormer's Tiny. Now the save, disrupting him up, stopping that Chain Frost, bouncing around. Stormstormer kept up and running, while Smiling Knight goes deep in onto Ace, but they've protected the Phoenix and Lifestealer now. Quinn is going to bodyguard them, bully AVULUS back.
Gonna back and reset. Still a good fight for AVULUS, fighting back a little bit to the invasion coming out from Gaimin Gladiators, fighting into Aegis, getting a kill, and then getting out. Not the most productive, getting a support only, but it's still about reclaiming your area.
Also, I realized, to be clear about that, this kind of defensive move AVULUS do, it's always by the river entrance. It's not just the bottom lane, right? It's always this kind of little area where you have a nice lane ward, you can play out a couple of avenues of escape. Yeah.
It's a good place to try and make sure to be close enough to run away, but also in a deep enough place that the enemy don't really want to go there.
Safe and spooky. Sweet and sour.
So we have Tormentors being taken. Shard for the Lifestealer and Shard for the Batrider.
Right, Eki, get your treads, mate. It's right click in time.
Tis time. He does.
He's doing it.
There we go. He realizes I can do more damage now, so...
Love it. Yeah, mirroring from both teams. And as Lifestealer has this Aegis for 30 seconds, this Gaimin Gladiators are going to posture a little more aggressively, playing to the left side of this map and forcing AVULUS back to their base. Dire scan, not going to clip onto anyone right now, but they are beelining straight towards Smiling Knight.
Smiling. Could be hard to get away.
And there's a jump. With the Sinister Gaze follow-up, there's a lot of chain stun here, but he gets the BKB off and is starting to break free.
Still on him?
The damage, it is so substantial out of this Lifestealer now.
Yeah, we see the value of the Tusk. You can first stun him with a punch for 1.75 seconds, and then afterwards the Shard. Even if you're in BKB form, doesn't really matter. Just block your path. Can't get away. Bloodseeker wishes he had spider legs.
Oh my god, I forgot about those.
Bring back
items.
spider legs.
Dear lord.
Oh, you bring back or never again spider legs?
No, I liked them. They were funny.
Yeah? Yeah, okay, good.
They are a funny item.
Then we can be friends. That's good.
But I'm also in the camp of I enjoy having Philosopher's Stone, but that's not a funny item, and I don't think it should exist. I'm a +5 player, and I like having it, but I don't
Really?
think it should exist. Yeah.
Wow. I've never heard a support not
I think
wanted.
it's a naughty item.
Naughty.
Yeah, Shadow Demon gonna get picked off down bottom, and what's this? Little snowball to dodge the demonic purge.
At least I like the change they made to Philosopher's Stone, making it so
Yes,
that it
agreed.
disappears. You know, the ka-ching. Also very satisfying when it just pops and you get the big injection of money right then.
It is better than it used to be.
Yeah.
But I think it's still illegal.
That's true. Yeah, they
like
could probably
other-
still tweak some of the neutral items. Would be nice to see more updates towards that.
What is it? Blue collar crime? Financial crime? I think it's this. You're scamming someone out of their insurance or something, you know? Where's this money come from? Just printing it, are we?
He's just got that universal income, you know?
But it's already there. You've got universal income.
He wants more universal income.
Oh, I don't know about that.
He's upper class, okay? Smoke
AVULUS
coming
gonna
out.
Smoke themselves.
Big move for AVULUS. Be a decisive moment. How aggressive do you want to go with this? The combo is
Wacky.
complete on Tiny, and they have a gem on him as well. So it's a good time to move out. But the Firefly is getting revealed by a Watcher. And we see nice reaction by Gaimin Gladiators. They go together, counter smoke. AVULUS have to be so careful right now.
And there's dire vision over by the Radiant Ancients, which the Radiant are currently scanning. But Gaimin
They've flipped each
Gladiators are
other.
coming from the east, not from the west. And the smoke's breaking there with Quinn rolling in. Aggressive vision-breaking move. The Walrus Punch jump. They find the Bat Rider, but he's not dead yet. Eki's going to get away. Nullifier turn now on the Shadow Demon, who self-disrupts. Bloodseeker sent skywards and chasing Tusk while Watson's trying to get back on a target. Quinn will help out with a BKB up, and the Sunray damage. Smiling Knight now has the BKB as
has
the
to run
magnetize,
around.
another punch comes in.
Tofu.
Great chain stuns and movement from Tofu, bouncing from target to target, and Gaimin Gladiators get 2 massive kills with a Shadow Demon, the cherry on top.
Amazing stuff. Tofu just playing so well in this game, but also AVULUS messing up a little bit. The toss back play, but they didn't rupture him first. Really want to see some combinations when you have the Tiny and the Bloodseeker. Get some damage, insta-burst with that. They went on different targets a little bit, and ultimately Tiny just went too deep, and I believe he lost the gem as well, so we got the gem recovered by Gaimin Gladiators. They have their own gem and the enemy gem. That's gonna spell misfortune here for AVULUS for the near future.
Wait, Lich and Tusk both have Suneko gems.
Oh, was it
crazy?
Suneko both times? Wait, what?
I'm not
Yeah,
mad,
you're right.
right?
You're right, actually. I thought it was their own. So
Yeah,
Suneko bought one really early then?
apparently so.
Yeah, must have.
Boosted travel for Tusk. I mean, Tofu's going to push out bottom and they can rejoin his team when he wants to. As Gaimin Gladiators bring down the mid lane of Rax after that big team fight victory. Get the prize they came for, but a vacuum lasso play. Zippe grabs the Phoenix. Eki drags him in, but the Supernova outer refresher turns this right back around. And Darkseer, down he goes. Wait a second, the save disruption. And now AVULUS fighting back around their tier 4s. Watson's going to get forced back. They lose the Darkseer Shore. As Eki, Flame Break, damage on the Tofu, nearly finishing off the Tusk, while the Lifestealer infests into Smiling Knight. And Stormstormer, magnetized, still trying to find a way into this one.
Still chasing
AVULUS
Tofu's
slow
dead.
to a crawl, having difficulties chasing. A buyback out of this Darks here as Eki steps forward, but now there's a Sinister Gaze, another dive forward, another disruption to buy time, a toss forward in the vacuum wall, and Quinn in trouble, Smiling Knight gets the kill, and Watson, what can he do? He's trying to find some way out of here, turning, forced up to high ground, drifting around, while Ace TP's out, the Phoenix is bailing, and Watson's been left alone here. Storm will come back in. The infest into Batrider. Where's Eki going?
Or not?
Into the grave? No, the disruption save. And Watson jumps out, kills off Eki now. But the Blood Right and Smiling Knight able to dish out the damage, but they've got no stuns to go through the BKB TP.
Watson making stuff happen. There's still amazing stuff for AVULUS. They take a really good fight, getting something in the end. Cost them a bit, the Darkseer buyback, but they needed this momentum. Also, let's see, did they recover the gem or did they save the gems? I think they saved...
I don't know.
I think they saved both? There was one gem laying around. There was a hectic fight going on. We also saw the value...
I said BKB TP. It's Rage TP. I'm sorry.
I mean, it's
There's
the same.
so much going on.
It's the same. You know, they're effectively the same. I'll forgive you for that one.
Oh.
Lifestealer is, after all that is said and done, almost hitting level 25, by the way. Got a Nullifier, of course, as we saw in the fight. Great against the Bloodseeker barrier. Can remove the barrier from the Aghanim Scepter. And they get scanned out on AVULUS in the pit. Gaimin Gladiators, they know what's up. They're heading over.
They are smoking right towards you.
Phoenix has one ulti ready. Does not have the refresher, but one ulti could be enough. Just fly and drop the egg.
So Quinn TP's top and is coming through gate to be faster. And the Phoenix dives in, scouts them. Roshan nearly dead, so Tofu snowballs in. Aegis grabbed by Smiling Knight, but he's going to die for it immediately. Aegis reclaimed back up, and this is a 4v1, which AVULUS have to fight around. They've got to come in with a vacuum wall to try and save Smiling Knight, who BKB's up. Magnetized though, and a roll back in. Zibe's in trouble with his Chain Frost bouncing. Eki drops low as well. Smiling Knight and Zibe dead. Supernova placed on the ground. And the chase on the left side from Watson and the boys get onto Storm's Tiny, who tries to TP home, and he stuns. They've got the Enchant Remnant to turn him to stone. The tiny man turned into a statue, carved and cracked. Now he's gravel, and Seneko, he's going to be another dish on the menu for Watson's Lifestealer.
You should be immune to that, Gareth. How can you turn a stone into a stone? What the hell?
Chisels and hammers.
They're just out here sculpting. And they're about to redecorate the base as well of AVULUS as they're all dead. Apart from the Batrider. Gonna head in, Lifestealer, ready to do some damage. I like the double Havoc Hammer that we have as well coming out from the Lifestealer and the Earth Spirit. Both of them are just slapping away with extra damage. Get close to them and get whacked.
Now Lifestealer has a BKB. It's coming on Courier.
Oh yeah? Very nice, yeah. Along with the Aghanim's
like dealing with him now.
Get the blessing consumed, so he doesn't even need to backpack anything.
13-1 and 15 on Watson.
He's played a stellar game, honestly.
Big fan.
Really good impact.
There was a little slow period getting into the Radiance, but big fan of this Armlet first, then Radiance. Way more tempo. And the set Gaimin Gladiators up for success. Looking hot here. 25k up, couple of racks ahead, and AVULUS on their last legs. They'll lasso this Lifestealer back in towards Bloodseeker. He infests straight into Smiling Knight as he heads towards Fountain, but he jumps out, Watson, turns back onto the buildings. While Ace here, he's got a refresh Supernova, but the vacuum back in towards the Tiny Burst. The Snowball save refreshes up for the Phoenix, so he can Supernova right next to the Fountain if he wants to.
So deep.
The Magnetize going. Tiny comes back in, looks at Ace, but the Supernova's there. Sunray not going to top up Tofu, but the Sinister Gaze, Chain Frost bouncing. Eki and Storm are in serious trouble. The Blood Right's going to try and zone them out, stance up this Ace.
Chain Frost?
Lotus Orb. He gets away from it, and the Chain Frost kept on bouncing, killing off the Bloodseeker. Storm is dead as well. 3 gone. And Gaimin Gladiators have forced the GG out of AVULUS here in Game 1.
Nice desperate attempt there with the final fight. It was a good burst coming in with Tiny, bringing down the Lifestealer, but in the end, the rest of the heroes are so strong as well in Gaimin Gladiators by now. The Lich ulti, the Phoenix.
So One Raleigh, it is Gaimin Gladiators against AVULUS Game 2. Gaimin Gladiators have the lead. So a loss here for AVULUS is elimination. A win is to tie up the series and go to Game 3. See how they fare here as they all smoke up early out of the Fountain and get themselves into position for warding, scouting, and maybe another early active rune fight, which we love.
Yeah, both teams rushing out, getting their position. We see ward placements coming out. Let's plant his wards afterward. That was spotted because the ward was planted first by Ember, just slightly. almost exactly planted at the same time, but they can go for a D ward now. Denies it at least, so no gold, but...
A little bit eager there from Seneca, right? You're meant to kind of wait for two heroes
Yeah.
and hit it together.
Yeah, sneaky Tide comes, or Doom comes out the corner.
And now Storm is scouting again to see if there's a new bit of vision placed or not. Realizes it's the Queen of Pain and the Doom. Let's scout him out.
Tofu sees Eki moving in. Could be a good target to go on Lion. He's caught out.
Yeah, stuck in between his Ench and Morphling, but a two-man Boundless Strike and a big damage out of Stormer gets the kill. Eki is traded out as now they chase onto Quinn. Tide and Ember looking at the Queen of Pain with another hit. They'll find the takedown, but Smiling Knight has also died in a big rune fight. 2 for 2? No, 3 for 2. It's two cores that get taken down by Gaimin Gladiators.
Very nice start for Gaimin Gladiators. I mean, the
And who got first blood?
For Ember. So Ember is happy with the first blood, getting a bit of gold, but still a bigger win for Gaimin Gladiators, getting the extra kill as well.
Creeps have only just spawned. Look at that feed on the left.
Yeah.
Like 10 lines of text when you open up chat. That's wild for a game just beginning.
I like the choice by Ace there. A lot of Dooms just autopilot to skilling Inferno Blade level 1. It's been the popular build lately. But in that 5v5 fight, his Scorched Earth did a lot of AoE damage. He was able to also lock onto targets and keep doing more right clicks to them.
Yeah, true. It was like 700 damage apiece from the Gaimin Gladiators heroes. Pugna did 900 in that skirmish.
Wow.
Seneca got a lot done.
Blast. He's a little bit low mana now, though, in the start of the lane.
Seneca almost did as much damage as that Bulba Magnus back in the day. The 1200 damage at the end game.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
On minute 1, Seneca's out here.
Cursed stuff.
Yeah, guarding the Monkey King. Smiling Knight. And a Pugna. Here up against the Bat and the Doom. Quite a lot on this Pugna shoulders early on to trade back into them. It's a little early advantage they've got.
Yeah, we'll see a lot of hits being traded back and forth on side lanes for sure. Pugna always one of the more aggressive right clickers on side lanes. And same thing bottom, we have Enchantress with that heal coming out from Nature's Attendants.
A bit of a scuffed pull being dragged around and reconnected, looks like. Seneca up top lane, very close to death. Tofu thinking about stepping forward there. Kept the Pugna completely out of the lane now, so that gives Ace a good time to catch up with his last hits.
Pugna suffering a bit from not having full mana pool at the start of the lane. And just to somehow get the range creep to aggro onto the Batrider, which actually helps the Pugna right now. Easier for him to trade into the Bat. Still dangerous though. This is
A lot of damage. Oh, Seneca,
Almost.
the magic stick was enough to stay alive.
2 HP.
Smiling Knight, he turns. He still dies, even though he's under tower. And Tofu's going to get away, it looks like. Monkey King can't quite keep chasing.
He smoldered Gareth. The smoldering resin got him.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, the
And
innate.
this is a lane that's meant to be going better for AVULUS, right?
It is for sure. And yeah, it all comes back to that level 1 fight favoring Gaimin Gladiators a little bit. Pugna being out of resource.
And Smiling Knight not going for Jingu in this lane yet. Going for the early burst damage. Try and find that early pick-off. So couldn't really keep chasing Ace there. Now a fight over the Lotus. Seneca and Ace. Tofu pushing a bit of damage on the Pugna as the Boundless Strike is going to stop the Doom from grabbing it.
Interesting to see the 0-point Jingu in this lane. It's hard for Monkey to lock onto Doom and chase him, but still would have thought it's worth having 1 point in it, so you have the threat of it.
Yeah, I thought he'd end up 1-1-1, level 3. But
Yeah. Like right
Frame
now,
rate
you can't
pushback
jump
here.
anyway. If you had Jingu,
No.
you could, start building some stacks, but Monkey just can't really do that much.
good Boundless to hold them away from Pugna. Seneca had to spend the Lotus, though.
Here it is,
And
though.
another jump
A level 2
back
jump.
in. Level 2 Primal Spring. Turn around from Ace there.
It's underwhelming.
Seneca chucks the blood grenade at them. It doesn't feel like it's the strongest here from AVULUS in this top lane.
Yeah, already a good start for Gaimin Gladiators there. But on the other hand, Ember is dead even with the Queen of Pain mid. If perhaps slightly ahead with a Banner Creep CS. Meanwhile, bottom, the Tidehunter is also doing really, really well for himself. 21 and 8.
Crushing it. Yeah, looking incredible. Ember's giving it to Quinn in this mid lane with a Flame Guard and a few hits, forcing the Queen of Pain back. Quinn did get that water rune bottled up, and there's another one to go grab top, so we'll see how that pans out. Yeah, looking at just the last hits, right? Doom, we've seen the struggles up top, kind of fighting back. Morphling kind of down there as well. 14 last hits compared to Monkey's 20 in that back and forth lane, so it looks like Zibe and Eki doing a lot right down here.
Yeah, definitely. It's a strong lane. Titan line is difficult to lane into, even for Enchantress, who is using her creeps now to try and win the lane. But she has...
I guess Ench's strength comes from level 3 onwards, right?
It does, yeah. Before then, she's just trading right clicks, but that doesn't really matter so much. But when she starts getting these creeps and sending them in, has the ghost now, very difficult to deal with. Zibe starts feeling some of the pain.
Mid lane Quinn, a lot of damage there from Stormstormer as he turns back to this Queen of Pain, faces off. But it's the Queen of Pain who sits on enemy high ground. Forces you to keep last hitting from range, getting what you can.
Eki is here. They're looking to bait the Queen. There's an early move. The 5-minute moves. Mid players are never ready for this, Gareth.
No, they're not. And this is also Stormstormer with a bunch of little items, right? Fairy Fire, Raindrops, even a magic wand, so he's able to swing these little skirmishes, potentially. The Sonic Wave, the Fairy Fire, Stormstormer stays alive. That's what's kept him up, but the swing in from Tofu is going to bring him down now, while Quinn stays alive, and Gaimin Gladiators bring the numbers into mid. Eki in trouble to this Hellbear Smasher. The rotation from the Enchantress and Batrider cruise through that mid lane to get 2 pretty important kills.
Very nice use of Celery's Tomato there, coming in tanking the tower, so Tofu can keep going. And that was a difficult kill to get on the Queen because they don't have a single point Searing Chain. Scaling up the Flame Guard in this lane, wanting to block some of the magic damage from Queen, but that means you can't catch her.
And yeah, Celery showing, why he is one of the best Enchantress players in the world. A hero that I wasn't fond of in this draft. Didn't feel like it was going to be coming. We wanted maybe more nuke or control to deal with these heroes, but he comes in here, minute 5, minute 6 rotation. Gets a kill. Controls that mid lane, helps out Quinn.
Good move by the supports. I mean, both teams tried, but in the end, the Batrider and the Ench are quite impactful. Tanking tower and diving. And Queen was just a little bit higher HP and stronger there with her ulti. Ember not having it yet for that fight.
Wisdom runes coming up. Monkey King loves jumping over these trees to steal or contest them. But Ace and Tofu are going to try and hold that line.
Queen is here as well.
Ace goes back to Wave. Stormstormer and Smiling Knight into this Wisdom Rune area with a Flame Break pushback. They're trying to get it 3 seconds early, and Queen of Pain is here. The Boundless Strike's going to connect onto Ace and Quinn. Damage out onto Smiling Knight as the Monkey King drops low and dies. The final bit of damage from Ace takes him down. Stormstormer and Eki, though, are the ones to get the Wisdom Runes. I don't know if that's worth it, or Queen of Pain did die, I guess.
I have no clue why he blinked on the Wisdom Rune with Queen. He already had a teammate standing on it, and he blinked in and subsequently just doesn't have a way to survive the Ember with DD Rune. That is disrespect to blink onto a DD Ember. I think he completely misread the situation. If he gets the rune, it's nice, but that was a big feed.
I was very, very happy with that, yeah. I don't know, with the numbers they brought up there. Gaimin Gladiators, maybe needed just to chill out a little bit.
Yeah, and that's a tower falling as well on the back of it, so fantastic start for AVULUS. And once we see one tower fall like this, usually it's a quick evacuation to take over the other towers. Play for the rune. Storm
grabs it. Hurricane, gonna put Seneko in danger though.
The Doom is coming.
Stormstormer. Is he gonna get doomed up here? Ace was thinking about it, but doesn't throw it. Zipe's Tidehunter TPing in behind those trees, I believe, was scouted. So the threat of the big watermelon with the Ravage. I'm going to force Gaimin Gladiators away.
Yeah, mid tower is still healthy, so not that easy for them to power up on the mid tower. They can just defend it with Queen of Pain spam. Still see Zibe hanging around. Gonna make his way back to bottom now. And Pugna starting what we've seen before. This is what they did in the first series. Just have the Pugna sit behind their mid hero, blasting away at the mid tower.
Stormstormer tanking a few hits, clearing the wave. But now, Celery and Quinn bring in a little bit of backup with Batrider nearby.
Oh, that's toxic.
Doesn't seem like it's going to stop this at all.
He enchanted off the region rune. It doesn't get cancelled by being attacked, but Enchantress does have a way to get rid of it, so no region for you, Ember.
Unlucky. And Pugner's still going to give a couple more blasts at tier 1. And now playing into their vision that they see on the high ground, the big camp being taken. Tofu and Queen of Pain heading different directions, so AVULUS going to decide to go for the Bat Rider. I'm trying to finish him off here, but Watson's Morphling has actually come in to help. Tofu is all right to the far left side, while Seneco's the one who dies to the Queen of Pain and Morphling. Tofu fine, so it looks like this Ember Spirit's just going to zip away.
It's hurting them that they don't have Searing Chains quite badly now. The skill builds, I understand it's perhaps necessary against Queen of Pain to block her damage, but it feels so hard for Stormstormer to catch anything.
It's all relying on this Eki Lion. There's only so many times he can stun.
Yeah, we'll see a bottle refill coming in from Soneko, who's also closing in on level 6. Then he'll start being that gas station hero that we used to call him.
Yeah. Down bottom, Bat Rider trying to drag waves around while back up to the Ancients on the other side. Celery slain by Stormstormer. Monkey King able to join these fights from long range, jumping over trees.
Very nice to have the mobility here. Seeing Smiling Knight activate. And back to the same MO. Mid lane, blast it. Tower is gonna fall. Morphling gets the deny. Ooh,
He does indeed.
cheeky Watson.
Watson sees the moment for it. That was a big deny now. Zavas have got to repurpose down to bottom where Zibe has been setting up for a tier 1 push, but Tofu has been doing a tremendous job down here, dragging waves, slowing things down, but now there's a glyph from AVULUS and a swarm of heroes heading down south. Tofu's going to make his way out of here sharpish.
Ember's cutting behind.
It's not going to last very long.
Batrider's not gonna last very long. He doesn't have a TP, so no way out of this one.
Yeah, completely stuck down there. Good cut across by Stormstormer to find the angle, kill the bat, and that was a streak to be taken as well.
Well, he got what he wanted. He got experience. He delayed the push a little bit. Almost has his level 6.
The classic Enchantress business mid just sends a Satyr onto the tower to do like 100 damage or something. Oh,
It's
on the
toxic.
top jungle, Celery kind of farming forward into enemy territory, but rebuffed by the Monkey King for now.
And now we see AVULUS also doing what we quite often see from Tidehunter drafts. You just park your Tidehunter on the lane where the opponent want to push. It's like, oh, you want to take our tier 1 tower? Well, go through our Tidehunter, right? They can with the Doom try to go on him, but it's still not an easy kill. And that way you keep the tower advantage. 3 towers down now for Gaimin Gladiators, and 0 towers down for AVULUS.
Yeah, a wide open map for AVULUS to play in. Currently settled in that bottom jungle where Eki is poking at Quinn. Stormstorm is just farming through every single jungle camp over here as well. Tofu is going to try and steal some when he can. But this means both runes belong to AVULUS because of this wide open map space. They're playing pretty tight with these 3 heroes down in the bottom jungle, and that means Eki, Stormstormer, Soneko can just play off of each other. Find a kill on Bat here, potentially, with another slight, but the chain's on cooldown, and Tofu speedy with the Brown Boots Windlace.
It's gonna be okay. Queen has Blink in 1 mana as well. Oh, it doesn't get it! He
Slide it up, chained up.
Just got the mana. A little bit too late.
Stormstormer with another big kill on Quinn, while Watson, he's moved in here, want to defend this bottom tier 2. Watson's Morphling, though, just dying. Ravage out of Zibe now, right onto Ace's Doom. Celery in trouble, trying to escape. Turns into decrep mode. Soneko not going to die to the Impetus shot. Life draining up now, forced to doom the Pugner. Okay, Soneko's going to die to almost Mud Golems, but actually to Ace, while the Enchantress is being chased down, blocked off by Zibe, and a double kill for Tide as Gaimin Gladiators completely fumble the last minute of play.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. I don't know what's going on. Why are they all dying when they already saw the first pickoff, right? The chase onto the Batrider, who, by the way, lived. He was fine. He ran away, and then other people show up and just feed. That was very confusing. From the Queen of Pain feed to the Morphling sticking around as well. Gaimin Gladiators just underestimating AVULUS aggression. They saw all the heroes as well.
I'm getting super caught off guard by it. I keep thinking Quinn is fine, right? He's going to escape, but that's the Tormentor fight, and now this bottom fight where he's just been found by Stormstormer. He's been picked off. Props to this Ember Spirit for getting onto Quinn, potentially just getting under his skin in this game.
Storm is
The
hunting.
Queen of Pain, bottom of the cause in net worth right now.
10 seconds
As
wisdom.
AVULUS, yeah, 14 minutes in, Wisdom's coming up. The Batrider's already forced away, as has Watson.
They love
So
stealing
Monkey
Wisdom.
King and Ember Spirit just stealing Wisdom runes again, while Tofu's dying to the Monkey King's Boundless Strike.
And look at
It's 10 to
Tides.
10, but AVULUS now have a 2k lead and feeling incredibly powerful. Watson's been forced away from his Ancients, and Zibe's going to steal the stacks.
Well, everything is coming up AVULUS very quickly. It's just a 2k gold lead, but it's falling apart rapidly. They're farming on the rest of the map at least, and Ench is looking to push in and get that mid-tier 1 tower. But again, good reaction by AVULUS. Monkey is there to stop it. Now the smoke to protect the Monkey. Chasing after the Queen of Pain, who has a Dagon, but with the Mage Slayer on Ember, it can be difficult for her to get the damage out. Ember and his friends chasing the Morphling.
Right under dire vision. He's past the tier 2 now. AVULUS haven't been too afraid of diving behind it, though. And Stormstormer with Eki still making that
Radiant's
move, but
Queen?
looks like they're going to fall back onto the Queen of Pain instead. Shield Rune, is that enough for the blink out? Quinn can't get off the wand, can't blink away. Queen of Pain dead again.
She just can't be the first point of contact. Queen needs someone else to be first. They need Doom to go in first. They need Batrider or Ench. Someone else needs to tank these rotations.
Now the Doom's getting caught out. Zibe has Ravage, but he doesn't even have to use it even.
Yeah, they're playing really great catch game, using the mobility of the heroes. Ember is very fast, Monkey super quick, and bottom already Eki. Very heads-up play going for the Batrider.
Dire are scanning.
Can you find him? Stand up high
Oh,
ground.
the blind
He's cancelled the
stun.
Twin Gate play. They scanned it so they knew.
Yeah.
And now into their Hex, and the Monkey King, who already had Jingu up. Quinn has blinked in here to try and zap down the Lion, but he gets turned on
Quinn?
swiftly. Blink off cooldown in a second. So we'll be able to get some distance after a Sonic Wave pushback. Dodges the stun, blinks and kills Eki. Quinn finally get to show off what this hero is made of, as the Monkey King and the Pugna still lurking around this
Tide is near.
Roshan pit area, and tied with a Ravage, he is here. Clips onto Quinn, the damage should come in, the anchor already placed on him. They do up the Monkey though, and a turnaround from Gaimin Gladiators is going to slay Smiling Knight. Watson now arrives, the slight chains on the Batrider from Ember, comes in to kill off Tofu, but Gaimin Gladiator is standing pretty strong with his Morphling and Doom. Ember, Tide, Vlad, and a ton of spells still to be thrown out in here. They've got Dead in the Water ready in a moment. But it looks like the Ember Spirit's left this Tide to die, as Zibe maybe he can get a bonus kill out of this.
He wants
One
to
more
kill.
before he falls. He's pretty damn tanky. He's taken a while for Watson to kill him because the Anchor Smash just keeps on going. They tip Zibe, who does get a kill before falling.
I mean,
And
does he
Ace and
fall?
Watson have got to give him everything they've got. There's a Pugna here. Where does Seneko come from? He's just got the life train to top Zibe back
wants
up.
more
And he might
kills.
actually turn and kill off Ace.
Ember
Phase
behind.
2's ready. I can't quite chase him, but you're right, the Ember from behind on the Morphling. Stormstormer's come in. Now Sonego can connect with him, and the Monkey King, he's arrived again. Leaps over from the treetops, down on the Morph, gets the kill. AVULUS just non-stop tempo here.
Dude, this Tide Hunter, you can't bring him down. He's too big to fail, Gareth. And
But he
that,
was dead like 5 times on my screen, I swear to God.
oh, mid, they get a catch on the Queen as well. Gets
The
hexed.
The finger. Perfect chain stun.
Quinn is not having a game. Quinn of Pain is just Feet of Pain in this game.
Yeah, 3, 6, and 8.
Fantastic
it is a
catch.
rough one.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah,
But we have to come back to the draft, right? The
Bottom tower.
second pick, Queen of Pain, into the pretty quick response. out of
Shameless, Gareth.
Ember Spirit, right?
yeah. Batrider caught by Monkey as well. Ember's there. It's another
Easy peasy.
easy. They're trying to get on the map and push out the lanes, but against AVULUS draft, it's incredibly hard once you fall behind to get on the field and do anything. I'm honestly amazed this is only a 4k gold lead for AVULUS right now. It does say, well, it went up to 5. It does say a lot about how much they're prioritizing hunting heroes. They're not really spending time farming. There's no agriculture, Gareth. It's just kills.
Hunter-gatherer. That's what AVULUS are right
It's
now.
just hunters.
Let's go out, forage some berries, kill some woolly mammoths, or, you know, what is Queen of Pain? A succubus, I guess?
Yeah. Were they around in the Stone Age?
Oh, of course they were. Plenty of them.
Prehistoric times?
I mean, have you seen any recently?
I was born in the
They're
wrong
extinct
era.
now. Ace. He's caught out down bottom. Eki starts things off. Allows Seneko and Zibe to come in and finish. Queen of Pain currently playing under his own Radiant Vision, but he's getting walked at here by Stormstormer. And if he catches a glimpse of this crop with a slight chains into Lion follow-through, the chainstones just keep on coming, and they don't stop coming, and Quinn is dead.
It feels like they're not looking to make moves at all right now. They're just all in farm mode, and AVULUS are just capitalizing on that.
Yeah, it's just wide map farm mode from Gaimin Gladiators, right? They've not been together as more than 2 heroes in a good 3 or 4 minutes, and they are just spread out buddy system farming.
They recently did get some power spike. They have Blink on Batrider, and almost have Blink on Doom as well with the Midas. He could sell an item and buy it. Watson, like, he's like, I want to hit creeps, man.
Yeah, like, I'm sorry, are you watching this?
Yeah.
Oh, that was close. Boundless nearly hits. They still had a Ravage. Watson, nice move to slip away from that, but the Tide took him to half HP immediately and made sure he couldn't run. You know, this Zippe Tide is so strong.
There's something to be said about the Tide owning this hard as well, is that he's building up those physical damage blocks. He already has plus 28 damage block on his Kraken Shell. That is a lot. He will be very hard to kill later on. He already is, but, you know, it will be even more difficult.
He's 707.
I haven't seen a Tide own this hard, like, I don't know, since a very long time, I guess.
Since Wraith Pact was in the game.
Yeah, true, actually. That is one. And that wasn't really Tide owning, he was just, you know, the owner of the little Wraith Pact.
The best carrier of Wraith Pact, yeah, pretty much.
Indeed.
Well, Gaimin Gladiators, they want to try and fight back a bit. They've got Batrider Blink, Doom Blink. These are the tools they're going to use to jump along with Queen of Pain to try and blow someone up.
Okay, so
let's see if they can...
Do AVULUS get complacent? Do they recognize this move? They did have a deep ward. I believe they saw all of this, so... They're just playing the high grounds. See them reacting.
I see the Queen of Pain across the river. Zippe very happy just to go sit and push mid, while the Radiant scan over on their Wisdom Rune, where Stormstormer is pretending to be an illusion.
Stealing.
Baiting and stealing. Again, a thief in the night, while Watson is just blown up completely by the remaining members of AVULUS. Walked up to the Ancients, the most dangerous place on the map it feels right now.
The entire map is dangerous. Look at these amazing wards they have as well. And again, the shard from Tide. You gotta kill it before you can blink. But good luck when you're decrepified. Oh, that is
nasty.
That is an evil combo.
That's like the Pugnet against Timbersaw business.
Yes. Yeah, the Chakram. That's so funny.
And then Lion up at top with Ember Spirit, who's stuck around. A bit of damage here onto Celery with Smiling Knight arriving. It's more than just a bit. It's a finish. Stormstormer on a monster kill streak as AVULUS have now built up an 8k lead and are pressing into tier 2s with a pretty nice wave up top. And a catapult still there.
Gladiators, after a game where we saw them repeatedly just fight into AVULUS and repeatedly, you know, getting small victories against them and building that lead and finally winning. Now they're just not really able to make any move. Like, how many Dooms have we seen this game? How many activations have we seen on the Doom? We saw him, like, pump fake it, but 1 or 2, I feel.
Yeah, I can't think of a third. I think Ember's had one and Monkey's had one, but
yeah,
I don't know. It's not been easy for Doom or the Bat, right?
Oh.
They've both got blinks and they're kind of itching to go and do something, but Morphling needs more time. Watson's out on that right side of the map farming Ancients and grabbing Wisdom Runes, while Celery is tanking ganks. Smoke breaks on the Enchantress, and Zippe, he wants to be the leading man. Eki and Seneko kind of hold back, you know, not sure who it is. Wait and see who the target is. Zippe, go on.
The Kraken Shell, gross. Bigger. Now blocking over 100 damage from every hit. You will become unkillable this Tide. All he needs is magical survivability, and he already has pipe, so yeah, good luck.
And that's before Anchor Smash hits you, right?
Exactly, yeah, for a 60% damage reduction. And wait till he decides to take the talent, he might go for a 30% extra for a 90% reduction, and then there's really no way to kill him.
None at all. Watson is soloing attempting to, succeeding at. He's soloing this, right?
Yeah.
He's got it.
Yeah, he just morphs up slowly. He should be able to do it. He isn't very farmed though. Does he have it? I don't know if he has it. His DPS is dropping, man. I don't know if he has it, Gareth. This looks
I
kind
was
of
curious at the start, and then I started trusting you, and you said he's got it. Now,
no.
now I'm not sure again, and he's saying attack Tormentor, but he doesn't have it.
Watson.
That was a glorious waste of time.
Yeah, it took a long time. It's gonna take a long time to heal up as well because he morphed fully to strength, so he has to sit in base for a while. Oh no.
Yeah, you practiced those pirouettes, buddy.
Yeah, spin around a bit. Oh dear God. So now we learned that Yasha only 24 minutes, well, Yasha Vladimir's Morphling does not in fact kill Tormentor solo.
Does not.
Yeah, normally
AVULUS,
he's
they
used to
are
be
ready
more
to go
farmed
again.
by this time, you know? Normally Morphlings do take the Torm.
Normally, Tidehunter isn't 14k net worth and, what, 4k ahead of
So you're saying
Morphling at this
we've
point.
left normal. Yeah, I would be inclined to agree.
Tofu's under dire vision. Morphling is trying to back away from his Tormentor. And AVULUS, they're here, looking to strike.
Monkey.
Tofu blinks away top. Monkey King giving chase a little bit.
Oh, a
On the
lot.
tower.
Oof.
Falls.
Does not land a stun though.
Good TP from Tofu.
Saw him TP.
Dire's bottom tower.
Objective claimed.
Building more. I like that Stormstormer went for a Sanch Yasha in this game on his Ember against the Doom. Doom and Lasso, fantastic to have some status rest against. We'll probably see the Monkey as well. Indeed, Monkey already queued up the Sanch Yasha. He has a BKB, but going back for it. Ooh, the TP out behind the tree line. Gonna stay safe.
Dire's
What's Doom up to?
So
Oh, he's hugging Fountain? Okay.
I'm trying to finish BKB.
He went back to
Is that the
some
next
item.
big thing here then? Is it triple BKB or?
Yeah, that's what
What's
they want to
Gaimin
play
Gladiators?
for. I mean, the timing is very far away for triple BKB. Morphling and Queen are not close to theirs. Morphling is actually queuing up the Chrysalis first.
I mean, after that Tormentor, he's like, damage, please.
Yeah.
I need more damage.
And a quick Roche move for AVULUS. Just bringing everyone, take it down. And we don't really see too much being done by Gaimin Gladiators at the same time. They're sitting around, but very close to their own base, not farming too much. The Queen is out there and hitting creeps, but feels like that's all he's been doing for a long time.
Right, Eki has a greater healing Lotus. That's 900 health and mana. I've got to keep that in mind for next fight. That is like the one big thing that I lose track of is like, how did someone just go from 0 to half HP? There's always some little support guy holding a big Lotus, using it on his teammates.
No, you're absolutely right, and that's something that pro players and, you know, generally everyone will miss as well. You look at someone, you're like, okay, this guy has Manta or BKB, whatever, can we kill him? But you don't calculate, oh, his support has a greater healing Lotus.
Yeah,
That's hard to keep track of.
there's a cheese.
Yeah. It's basically a
double
cheese
damage.
that's not in the inventory. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's real good. If you can use it. DD Ember now.
tower is under attack.
Stormstormer has locked his Quelling Blade. I'm not sure why, but he's ready to run down this middle lane.
I think it's so the courier doesn't deliver it, but it's not on the courier currently, so...
Okay. Get in the water on the Morphling. They're going for Watson, but turning and changing target as the Sonic Wave is thrown in towards Monkey King.
Monkey's just
Doom's
dead.
on him, and Swelling Knight is dead. Waveform over the Stormstormer Ember now, and Gaimin Gladiators, a good little wraparound there to find the Monkey King, stop the frontal assault from AVULUS.
Yeah,
Waste time of the Aegis.
Smiling Knight pinks it out as well. He's like, guys, they have a ward here. That was a good play. We saw a lot of patience from Ace sitting on the high ground, waiting for a chance. And pulls the trigger on a nice Doom.
See Zibe just like looking at Quinn there. He's like, I could blink Ravage this so easily, guys.
Oh yeah, Zibe is not scared of anything, especially with Doom being on cooldown, Queen ulti being on cooldown. We'll see them keep fighting even with Monkey dead. They see the Morphling. He is under a ward top. He's definitely the target.
And he's walking deeper into dire vision. What does he think he's safe? Go and poke at the Enchantress, who's the first point of contact here. Salary looks like he saved the life of Watson just by existing.
Oh no, the
He's healing
anchor.
up a lot, but will die eventually.
+4. +4 to the Kraken shell. It's getting bigger again.
There's a monster.
We'll see.
At least Gaimin Gladiators can kind of think, okay, this game is normalizing. I'm not going to say
Under vision,
equalizing, but
she's
it's
getting jumped.
coming back to normality as Quinn does get jumped. Chain disables here with that stun hex. Looks like it's enough.
Yeah.
Quinn dead to Smiling Knight and Eki, while Stormstormer's Ember is always looking for that +1.
Did a good job not overlapping their stunts. Leading with Lion, and then in between the Monkey was allowed to use his Boundless Strike, and finishing with the Hex. And Ace, gonna go and check if there's a Wisdom Rune, and he'll be happily surprised that indeed it's still there.
Yeah, like I said, back to normality, right? Quinn is the one that gets gone on. He's dead. And AVULUS back to pushing objectives. Glyph used up here by Gaimin Gladiators, but not much they can do immediately with no Queen of Pain. Celery can maybe chip away, get a few hits in, kill a Nether Ward if he can, but the Decrep keeps that alive, and this Tide Ember just plant themselves on the high ground, batter down the tier 3 tower. And at the same time, they're kind of poking back at Gaimin Gladiators, making sure that this blink on Bat is cancelled. Doom doesn't get the jump.
Hunting Morphling. Monkey is on him now. See if
Watson.
they can bring him down. Lion is nearby.
Stuns are there.
Alright, just dead. I mean, he desperately wants to push out the lanes, but this has been the story of Gaimin Gladiators all game long. We haven't seen any real move from the Morphling. Queen of Pain also mostly just on wave fixing duty, it feels like. The aggression's all been AVULUS.
And they know there's no Glyph here. Right up to high ground, looking at this ranged barracks. It's a pretty easy take. Life drain there, gonna heal up Storm a little bit. Comes out with a slight fist and he's gonna take a bit of damage while Lion jumps the Enchantress. Celery, reasonably tanky here with a lot of one charges and a great healing Lotus, so they don't want to commit super hard for that. They are just looking at these buildings, the objectives that they want to claim.
Pop the heal into Storm.
Very happy to continue frontlining while Zibe is waiting for this Blink Ravage.
Burning the racks down, no contest. They don't have the great vision that they need on some non-Aegis hero, so they can't do anything. Yeah. Small victories. Radiant got 155 gold each, Gareth.
Fake news.
Indeed, the fakest.
Last one, Lion. That's a good start. Gaimin Gladiators, they get out of their base, they break out with a kill.
Good use of the Batrider to go in and put that vision down, finding a kill. Just a support, but still amazing for them. Almost 1,000 gold, and now they're allowed to go on the field a bit, as Aegis is timing out and one hero is dead. Probably one of the most important heroes. The Lion is the one who's chain stunning this Morphling and Queen all the time. Stormer has a shield rune, so maybe he wants to fight even though Aegis is timing out.
And considering it. Regroups with the rest of them though.
Zibe has opted to go back for a Lotus Orb in this game. Could be an impactful thing against Doom and Batrider if he times it correctly. High ground gonna get checked with the gem.
And Gaimin Gladiators now have 2 BKBs.
Yeah, Queen has hers, Doom has his. But the Morphling still doesn't have any defensive tool beyond the Manta style. And we've seen he can definitely be disposed of even with Manta illusions.
I mean, Doom got his a bit ago, right, and hasn't even used it yet.
Yeah, it's shiny.
I don't see them use it until Morphling has his, as they will try and avoid fights.
Pristine condition BKB.
Gem Mint 10, PSA graded.
Yeah.
Or any other company.
Damn.
Tofu. And Ace. Yeah, I'm just going to come down, take Lotuses, push out the spot lane. A nice, fine, and happy time. While Quinn is like sweating in the mid lane, like, please don't get jumped, please don't get jumped, please don't get jumped.
Tormentor is gonna get taken again by AVULUS. Going for another shard. Who's gonna get it this time? It'll be the Pugna. Pretty nice one to have for the pushes. Getting more cast range on the shard is pretty, or on the ward is pretty sweet.
Smiling Knight comes back to his bottom tier 2. Let's see what's going on over here as Ace and Tofu have shoved pretty hard. There's a stack of Ancients that they're trying to farm as well with the Doom.
Doom and Bats.
They
Looking for what they
feel
can
like
find.
something's not quite right here. Dire Scan doesn't turn red. Radiant now thinking, hey, they're all off the map. Time to run. Tormentor, it's going to be there for AVULUS, a second one.
Good heads up scan there. To scan before they go for the Tormentor themselves. Just to make sure that they don't risk anything. So they get the shard for in the Ember now as well. Are they all sharded up? They are indeed. 5 shards on the Dire team. Radiant have not been able to control the Tormentor, so 0 shards, I'm afraid. Shard difference, Gareth.
Oof. There's a big difference.
Yeah, I mean, some of the shards are not too important, I guess, but does mean we don't get to watch the glorious Batrider shard right-clicking.
Oh, I'm speaking solely from an aesthetic perspective.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the negative space versus positive space, the full shard versus the negative shard.
I see. Very very open inventory solution. Yes.
Yes, very black and white, no gray areas.
I mean, it looks better than having it a bit patchy, like a shard here, shard there.
Roshan fastball's coming up pretty shortly. AVULUS going to use this time to take that bottom jungle. Gem on Ember Spirit still, has been there for a long time, just going around, clearing any forms of vision that Gaimin Gladiators has.
Okay, Gareth, you
There's
know
this clock.
what time it is. How they're going to turn this game around, Gareth. Listen
Well,
to
it's
me.
34 minutes and 18 seconds currently.
That is
and
not what I'm
Roshan's
asking.
respawning in...
Gareth.
It's also 6:04 p.m.
Goddamn you, Gareth.
CET.
It is time for 5 BKBs. That's how you win this game. Everybody
For Gaimin.
needs a BKB, okay? We have Batrider, 500 gold away from his-ish, 600. We have Doom already having his. Ench is building a BKB, okay? Listen here. We got the Ench BKB not too far away, Gareth. And then Morphling got his BKB just now, and Queen
Nice.
already has her. So 5 BKBs, Golden City, press the button, win the game.
That's what I've been waiting for. That's what I was pointing out. The Doom got his BKB, Queen of Pain got hers, Morphling gets his. It's just the filtering effect. One by one, there's going to be the trickle-down economics of this Gaimin Gladiators side. They'll all get BKBs, then they'll all be ready to fight as their throne dies.
Yeah. I mean, in all seriousness, it is pretty nice for them to be able to have BKBs up, because it mitigates a lot of the damage output from Dire, but the chain stun is still bothersome. If you get caught by a Ravage or by a Lion Initiation, there is a chain stun effect coming in. BKBs, you gotta be very early with them, perhaps, in fights.
Yeah, it's that first stun that catches you. And yeah, again, jokes aside, it's very much about the here and now as well. Gaimin Gladiators have got to do something in the short term, as Roshan is spawning briefly. Yeah. He's going to be on this Dire side, and they're in the correct position, but it's a cool sweeping move from AVULUS to come all the way around the map and in from the southern side.
It's pretty slow, though, but look at that creep wave bottom. That's an enormous wave. If they take the fight here, bottom is going to push in. Actually, Queen gets jumped.
Yeah, stuns Hex and the Bound strike into the Ravage as they find the Queen of Pain and blow up Quinn. Buybacks available, but Sineko's grabbed a double kill now. Tofu down, Quinn buys back, Morphling in the middle of the Wukongs, BKB'd up and trying to kill off Eki. Chasing the Lion down with some hits and crits, they've got the job done with a sleight of fist. Watson turned into Ember and took out Lion, while in the back of the fight, Sineko's drifting away from Queen of Pain, who throws the Sonic Wave on the Smiling Knight. He's facing up against the Ace Doom, as Zippe and Smiling Knight trying to retreat to the trees with these impetus shots raining in. Clears out the Tide Hunter, but Watson's turned on. Stormer and Smiling Knight have got the takedown on the big man.
Oh, Storm, what a catch.
And a two-man chains. Lassoed up, though. Ember Spirit decrypt saved and Sleight of Fist to Remnant away. He's all right, and this Lion has got another catch. A stun on the Batrider as Tofu's escaping, and Quinn dies to the Nether Ward. Zapped and killed by Sineko, who's dominating.
Oh my god, what a fight. Just a brutal fight. I think Smiling Knight must have done an absurd amount of damage in that fight. He was non-stop right-clicking people.
They were all in Wukongs.
Yeah, I want to see the post-game or post-fight stats right there. Give me that stuff.
Sineko got a triple kill off of Pugna Ward, basically.
8,193, and that was honest hard work from Monkey. He was just going from target to target, clicking them down. Dear
Yeah,
God.
that's no Zeus ulti or Radiant's burn bullshit.
Nah,
That's him.
Yeah.
Blood, sweat, and tears.
Oh yeah, he worked hard for it. Some beautiful stunts and combinations coming out. Eki delivering big time in that fight as well on this Lion. Synergizing these catches. That was a very, very costly fight for Gaimin Gladiators, as they did commit buybacks into that. They bought back on the Batrider, on the Queen of Pain to get back into fights, and they still lose the Roche.
The dieback on Quinn. I mean, he has had an absolute mare of a game. 3 and 11 on Quinn. And it's been very, very challenging for him to step out of the base even.
That's true. That's not the highest impact Queen of Pain game, but also not his lowest impact Queen of Pain game in the recent times, Gareth.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No, sorry. We're not supposed to talk about that.
Pro games only. Pubs don't count, right?
Yeah, surely. If this Morphling was in a pub, I'm just saying, his CS would be in trouble, Gareth.
How I get followed around.
AVULUS.
And Watson right now is looking at a Daedalus. Needs more damage output for sure.
Yeah. I need something to bring them down because the durability of AVULUS lineup. But you don't really have time to finish it. This Daedalus is close, but the push is here already.
Smiling Knight is on your tier 3. An attempt to deny from Quinn, not going to work out for him. As the Monkey King with Solar Crest on top takes the range barracks down to half. Stormer, I start off with a slight and a boundless strike. Enchantress with a ton of heals is going to plant herself there and get down the Pugna ward as best she can.
Slowly protecting it.
Big items here. Daedalus Morphling, but Mjolnir on this monkey who gets lassoed back. Ravage not going to protect him as the BKBs come up. Sonic Wave kills him off. Aegis down,
Doom is
first
ready.
life of Monkey. And
On the
Doom on the
tide.
tide forces Zibe away. Now Smiling Knight, he's still got Wukongs to play with here. Throws it out with a Boundless Strike onto Ace, while Stormstormer contends with the Morphling to the right. We've got to turn and face Watson now. He's killing the banner, and no waveform ready, but he has the BKB going, and Manta if he needs it. While Ace's Doom killed off Zibe, Stormstormer and Smiling Knight
all
are
out of
on
mana.
the Doom's tail. They've caught him with the slight chains. Down he goes. Buyback's available, though, from Ace if he wants it, while Quinn focused down with an inch of his life. Blinks the fountain, and Watson waveforms to safety as well. But this now relinquishes control of the barracks completely.
Yeah, the buyback on the Doom, but he doesn't have his ulti. Even if he rejoins, Queen of Pain could be in danger. Dodges that. Little sleight of fist from the ninja gear.
And now one lane remains.
Yeah, but for
Smiling
how
Knight's going
long?
to jump there.
Push is coming in. And Pugna just sitting behind. Very difficult to go on the front line with Pugna having Lotus Orb, Glimmer, Solar, anything you need.
Poking at the Monkey King, popping his Lincolns. Backrider has Lasso in 4 seconds, so he can make a jump if they just have a little bit of vision.
They missed their watermelon right now. They're under a Radiant Ward. Could be a time for Gaimin Gladiators to bite back.
And look at Tofu, TPing forward, trying to get a catch. He's got Blink and Force, but Stormstormer's there to stop him with a Shiva's slight chains. And now with a follow-through Boundless Strike, Tofu's low has the BKB.
Their watermelon right now. They're under a Radiant Ward. Could be a time for Gaimin Gladiators to bite back.
And look at Tofu, TPing forward, trying to get a catch. He's got Blink and Force, but Stormstormer's there to stop him with a Shiva's slight chains. And now with a follow-through Boundless Strike, Tofu's low has the BKB. On the run, Gaimin Gladiators blink away. Another BKB out of Celery now, and a TP from Zibe. AVULUS holding strong as they turn tail and actually fight back. And Chandra's going to be pushed all the way back towards her base, but now held by this anchor, dead in the water. 2-man Boundless
Queen of
Strike,
Pain?
2-man Earth Spike. The chain stuns on his Queen of Pain. Eki with Smiling Knight set it up beautifully. Now 2 heroes down. Gaimin Gladiators in a 3 versus 5. This third lane is falling. And I don't know, I just don't see a way they can fight back into this anymore.
No, a catch onto the Morphling, but a little bit deep. Eki just sending a warning shot, but Gaimin Gladiators just have to watch as the barracks are falling. The full 5-man strength of AVULUS coming in.
They've got Ravage in 5 seconds now.
Yeah.
And they'll look at these tier 4 towers.
Morphling does have his BKB, so with a good reaction you could maybe turn it, but one stun lands and you get caught out.
I mean, Quinn's buyback on cooldown. Enchantress, no money for buyback here.
The first stun is
Tier
landed.
4 is glyphed up, but the stuns on this Morphling, the Ravage to make sure that he's dead. 80 seconds, no Watson, and that's got to be it now. Ace in the midst of it all. Forced back to Fountain while the tier 4 dies and the throne's exposed. AVULUS on the verge now as Eki will make another jump onto the Enchantress. Accelerate.
Easy push.
A tanky Enchantress here going to try and fight back, but the throne is just completely focused down and with no glyph. Stormstormer and Smiling Knight will pummel it down, crumble the building, and the Ancient falls. Gaimin Gladiators, they call GG in the end as AVULUS tie things up. 1.
Very strong performance from them. That was a game of...
Yeah, I kind of lean towards AVULUS here in game 3 with momentum and the way they've been playing in other qualifiers. And this is kind of, again, going back to unknown territory for Gaimin Gladiators. The first couple of qualifiers they've had to play, in 2.5 years. Bangkok was the first one after that duration. It's kind of a scary place to be on the verge of elimination. They definitely got to steel themselves and get into this.
Yeah.
I definitely look at this Enigma lane as the potential strength or weakness for AVULUS, right? We've seen Zibe pop off, be protected by Eki and then left alone as he takes over the lane. If Gaimin Gladiators can undo that early pressure that Enigma brings and maybe shut down Zibe a bit more, this hero can flounder a bit.
For sure. I think it's going to be very important to keep an eye on this Enigma in the first part of the game. So we'll have our observer keep us updated on how it's going down there. Obviously, the other lanes matter a lot as well, but I think Enigma is just, you know, a very feast or famine hero.
And one of those heroes that can become the king of the game or king of the series.
Sentries
The
dropped.
AVULUS here are going to get a D ward. Quinn attempted the deny, but Enki gets it. As Gaimin Gladiators was smoked into the dire triangle with a high ground ward there that's already pinged out by Eki.
Are they gonna...
They get 2 D wards?
They find both? Dude, that's a good read. The ward they placed, they smoked out. They were faster, so they saw both these wards get placed and get both D wards.
That's pretty massive now. Bounty rune though, Watson grabs it, an arrow lands. A blood grenades rain down onto the Batrider now as Eki. Flame break, push back, fairy fire as well to stay alive.
He is fine.
Goodness, it's close though. And this off lane for AVULUS, Zibe and Eki. What is it? Walk back to Fountain? Are we tangoing up and going to lane? It's
that is
low HP time.
No HP at all. The CM did offer, you know, some of her mana pool for that as well, but she is gonna try and keep them low. Give some good start to the Dragon Knight, who's already starting out with no friends in his lane. Just him and his creeps.
Ah, feels good for him. Yeah, I feel like the last time we saw this, Enigma +1 against the DK +1, AVULUS got a lot of damage onto him pre-laning stage, if I remember correctly, and kind of took him down to maybe 2/3 health. And the Dragon Knight was suffering and struggling the first couple of levels, but now, you know, Watson, full HP, already with an early free lane, should be faring decently.
Yeah, off to a nice start, getting the first lane of last is like that. Starting 3 and 3 out of the first 8 creeps, he got 6 of them, is really impactful, so that's gonna set the tone on that bottom lane. Level 2, perhaps AVULUS can find some chance to go on the Crystal Maiden, but last hit wise, to a bit of a rough start.
In the mid lane, Stormer 5-1, Invoker 5-0. New waves crashing. As top lane, Tofu sat around half health here, just keeping Ace's Doom alive as they obviously trade hits with the Pugna over and over again. Seneko stepping back and forth. Wrestle back. Yeah, 4-0.
And he is
a little behind.
Not the goo build as well. This is a carry bristle. He wants to smack. He's going for the red, seeing red facet. So he's gonna try and be the big damage dealer. We'll see if he decides to go for any form of Bloodstone. Since he's against the Doom, I think we might see a different type of build. Not relying on that healing. But the Aghanim Scepter definitely gonna be a big component for him.
Okay. Well, like Aghanim, Sanjay Asher. Do we go right-click items?
Yeah, you can. The SNY is great, so I think Ags, Sanjinasha, get the shard for sure, and then maybe you'll even go for a bit of armor or a BKB, you know? Assault Cuirass or a BKB could be big. We'll see what it scales out into.
I guess you can always consider, like, you know, 4th item Lincolns or something later on down the line if you really need it.
It's not bad, yeah. There are not that many Lincoln's triggers as well, so you would block useful spells most of the time, just like Frostbite, DK Stun and Doom, Cold Snap. Yeah, that's all the targeted abilities that they have.
Well, it's not bad, but that's, you know, that's 30, 40 minutes in the future.
Ooh, CM pretty deep.
Trouble. Eki is going to find First Blood on Celery. And the full stack of Eidolons there. Watson's going to try and kill off a couple, but they expire in front of his eyes.
Sib on point with the micro. This guy, he knows his way around Enigma. Not going to feed those babies away for cheap.
And even though it feels like it should be a pretty strong lane here with Maiden and Dragon Knight, just the maneuverability of Batrider to stick on the Maiden, who's quite slow. If you ever find yourself playing on the wrong side of the lane, the Bat really can exploit that with the Eidolons to help. And it feels like a topic which we... Oh, top lane, Seneko. Lotus popped. Ace trying to slice him down.
Does fall.
He's got him with a Scorched Earth, but Smiling Knight here. That's a
19
full
stick
magic
charges.
stick for the Doom. Yeah, oh, full wand. And off he goes.
Did do a lot of damage to him at least. So yeah, you lost your support, but it could still be worse. But good stuff for Gaimin Gladiators going on top lane. Meanwhile, this bottom lane has just become very difficult. We said that he was off to a great start on Dragon Knight, but we see why the Enigma was picked. Just absolutely bullying this lane. 10 and 6 for a Dragon Knight, so some decent to nice.
They do get a bit of damage onto Zibe now with the Frostbite.
Oh no, numbers on his head.
The numbers, the sticky napalm up to 3, Eidolons following. No Malefice, but a Flame Break to push Watson back, and the body blocks out his Eidolons.
Wow.
Gets the kill on the DK.
So clean from
Massive.
Zibe. Yeah, beautiful micro. And they baited him beautifully as well. They had Healing Lotus on the Enigma, so he wasn't really in that big of a danger. Even if they did close the distance, he could have popped healing wand, healing from the magic stick and the Lotus.
It feels like Enigma here kind of telling the story of a conversation we've had a few times on the stream now about lanes that feel super strong often have a support that goes forward and a core that can either jump or help through some kind of summons or the ability to gap close, right? There's Dawnbreaker with a Celestial Hammer, Enigma with Eidolons. We've had the PA who can dagger and jump. A lot of these strong lanes have that ability to protect your support. No, it's not just about the support going, oh, 1v1 and a 1v1. You want to turn those 1v1s into something a little bit more.
That's so true. Heroes that are very capable of joining quickly can be so hard to lane against. And, you know, it's not really Celery's fault. Celery is an amazing support player, but just got caught out that one time, and that already hurt the lane. And then them trying to overextend into those Eidolons. Once they get the split out and you have 6 Eidolons hitting you, it hurts. Going on Batrider.
Yeah.
Gotta respect it though. They don't want to chase.
Just a bit of chip damage.
He had the stun on DK, but he learned from the previous fight. He did not want to take an engagement.
An arrow up top.
Misses.
Not on the mark. Ace. I was thinking about chasing Sineko there, but 4 stick charges. Not enough damage from Scorched Earth. He's going to back up with his 13-1 charges in the salve.
Yeah, he's fine for now on Ace, but hurts so much the Bristleback chasing you. He's going to salve up the moment he gets a little bit of distance from the Bristle.
But yeah, that idea of like carry helping support or saving your pos 5 in lane and playing aggressively through them, I often feel like comes back to the way Dyrachyo used to play his Chaos Knight. Very selfless, give up a few last hits, but it gets us a kill and feel good about it. On mid lane, Invoker going to chuck the Tornado Cold Snap, and that arrow landing on Stormstormer brings him low, but he's incredibly tanky, resilient Tiny.
Yeah, he kind of needs to go over and pick up the Bounty Rune as well now, so I see him try and push out the mid lane, and they're protecting the Bounty Rune. Rana understands this. Tofu knows that the Tiny needs the refill, but it's being blocked by the supports. Couldn't go in there.
A good spot from Eki and Sineko as they ward up on the high ground there.
AVULUS and stealing, man. Every single day I see them go and steal. Look at them. Shameless. They want to go over there.
Wisdom Rune? Look at that
Not
TP
this
from
time.
Maiden.
Surely not this time.
Eki's still thinking about going for this, but Frostbite arrow combo, chain stuns him up. Eki trying to fly over the cliff top. He's dead. While Smiling Knight, a bit of damage onto Celery, but the primary goal here is for Bristle to steal the Wisdom Rune. But Watson on the other side gets it, and Tofu steals the one we're watching right here. Leaps in, grabs it, double Wisdom Rune for Gaimin Gladiators.
There we go. Nice start for Gaimin Gladiators. And that's gonna be a little bit of a taste of their own medicine for AVULUS. They always want to do this to their opponents, but now we have a level 3 Pugna who's not going to be too happy with the level progression in this game.
My 10 years of casting, I never thought I'd be hyping up a rune grab in Dota 2, but Wisdom Rune steals are so important, you kind of gotta.
The leap, the rune. Oh,
The leap, the rune,
TP
the
with
doom.
the doom.
Enigma. Caught dead to rights down here. Oh, Ace will take it. So he killed Sineko top, killed the Enigma bottom. Gaimin Gladiators gonna lose their stack of large camp though, as this Dire Observer Ward was there for a while, gave them vision. It is removed now, and Tofu and Celery come in with a burst of damage onto Sineko, but Tiny's here with the Avalanche toss back into the Firefly. 15 napalm stacking up now and slows the nasal goo. Ace coming in to try and save Quinn, but the Invoker's stranded. No chance of survival, and Gaimin Gladiators scattering now.
And that's rune control again secured for AVULUS. They keep invading and playing on the enemy triangle. Haste rune for Tiny, the best possible rune in the early game. That could open up a move towards the Dragon Knight. Could come in quicker than Watson expected, as they smoke up and move down towards bottom. They have a nice ward, but it doesn't really see if he farms small camp or not. Gonna find him. Toss towards the black hole is the play they want. Enigma is not really that close.
Good flame break. Good toss. Does he need the black hole? Eidolons and Malefice, that's enough.
Yeah, tons of damage. Just the right clicks with the drums. Drums and 6 Eidolons out. That is a ton of DPS. Doesn't matter if you have Dragon Knight with a ton of armor. Still don't go down so quickly.
I mean, Enigma now top of the net worth. Miles ahead of the DK, who is down in the dumps. 2,700 net worth on the Dragon Knight. And you said it, right? You called this Enigma pick. You knew it was going to happen. We've seen it happen before by AVULUS. And Dragon Knight just absolutely shredded. They've got to play through him and get this lane recovered, find him a better space to farm. It looks like AVULUS have read this. They do deny the tower, Gaimin Gladiators. Zippe is just going to stand here with Eidolon scouting, and he knows Gaimin Gladiators are kind of lurking.
Wow. He even goes out, breaks the smoke, and then runs back again. Meanwhile, all of them are setting up a move on the Doom, who didn't expect this rotation. He thought everyone would be down bottom. Gets stunned up from the high ground. TP cancelled.
What, suddenly 4 heroes up in the top part of the map?
That was a nice move. And
expected.
Zippe enabled that by playing aggressive even though he was alone, right? He walked in, pretended to have friends. Not saying you don't have friends, Zippe, but you pretended that they were close by you.
Now they're stealing ancient stacks. This is a little bit naughty. Gaimin Gladiators don't allow this. They get out the ruler, start slapping hands. Get out of here. That's our cookie jar. But it looks like AVULUS, very strong, tossing Pugna in. Aggressively onto Celery, now chasing Quinn. The goose stacks in the physical damage. 120 bonus per hit for Smiling Knight, just whacks him.
Enigma joined as well. Made his way over here. And that's Ancient's gone. That is not nice news for the Dragon Knight, who has been having a tough start. And now he just heard, what? They stole your pension. They took it.
It's all gone.
Yeah, all for nothing.
And Quinn's Invoker dead again. That's a couple of deaths now. And this Invoker, we've not really felt a massive amount of impact from the laning stage that he's had.
Okay.
Net worth doesn't look bad, but Gaimin Gladiator is starting to really fall behind, and they need to connect the dots somehow. This isn't a Tiny or Earth Spirit from mid. This is an Invoker.
Yeah. Meanwhile, top, they do get a nice kill. Doom chases down the Bristleback. He's going to get punished, I think, though, as the Batrider is on him. No way out of this one. Just slowly dying. The Firefly death.
And then mid lane. Decrep's going to save Zippe there from Gaimin Gladiators, who popped the dragon form and looked to go on that Enigma.
Okay. The good news, Gareth. Invoker is not going for Dragonlance, alright? He's going for Witchblade. Good news for any fans of a competitive game. I don't like the Hurricane Pike first item, Invoker. This is the more standard and I feel like much more competitive.
Agree. Yeah, we've seen that Dragonlance Hurricane Pike twice today, and it has looked awful.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't do enough damage, but the Witchblade will give him a nice way to cancel the blink as well from Tiny later on. Just hit him once and can't really keep chasing you. Rotation towards top. They know Doom is on cooldown, so they all gravitate towards that tier 1 tower saying, okay, who's gonna defend it now? And Pugna doing Pugna things, just following his course, pushing towers.
Stormstormer, full resources again. Easy tier 1 for them.
The Eidolons force out a deny on the mid tower from the Invoker, but that's all tier 1 towers gone again, and again, all tier 1 towers in pristine condition for the Dire. Hold up. Oh, yeah. They have hardly taken any damage anywhere. Bottom and mid tower are literally untouched.
And the top tier 1 has lost like 100 health?
Yeah, 112.
Jeez.
Yeah, that speaks about the, the early aggression from AVULUS. They are the ones dictating the pace. Gaimin Gladiators have to hold on. They need the Dragon Knights to get online, but it's a long journey.
So are we now in the waiting period for DK to be ready? Is this literally wait for Armlet Mom? Or is Watson going to be thinking, hey, I've got this Armlet now, let's go make something of it. We've got to do something before we fall more than 2k net worth behind.
I think you're looking at the other items. I think you're looking for the Doom and the Invoker to do something. Doom, however, is going for the Midas for now. Has the Facet, so he could sell it for a blink later on.
Smiling Knight is still here in Radiant Ancients, by the way. But Quinn and Ace, they've got a different plan for him. Tiny does come in with an Avalanche. Stormstormer.
We can't toss.
He's got no mana for toss. He's been burnt down now. Stormstormer's got to run while the Bristleback Doom holding his ground. But AVULUS, I think, thankful to not lose anybody there.
Definitely. They were the ones who didn't expend any big abilities. The Black Hole's still available. They're just going to heal up as well.
And Tiny's back in onto Celery. Crystal Maiden is a juicy morsel to toss a Warpine Raider onto.
Oh, dear God, the damage from Toss. At this stage of the game, it's so oppressive to play against Tiny. He has no cooldown on this Toss, and it does a huge amount of damage. It's basically 50% of CM's HP from one spell.
Is it more?
It might be more, yeah. It's like,
I think
it's like 60.
It's like 65% of HP or something.
Yeah. Gotta get the fluffy hats out.
46 health.
Put on your cozy hat. Don't get bursted.
Oh, they see Ace. He's under dire vision again.
They do indeed. He's trying to hold this area. He doesn't want to fully give up the top part of the map.
I mean, if they give up top part of the map, then They just get completely swarmed, and then DK gets swamped down in the bottom part of the map, where Watson's still trying to farm into his Mask of Madness. At least that's one thing. You know, Gaimin Gladiators are recovering on this. DK, Doom doesn't look too bad in terms of his net worth.
Yep.
It is map space right now that Gaimin Gladiators do not have as a resource.
The moves, that's the bigger thing. Non-stop moves from AVULUS. Again, moving in mid, invading. Believe that they saw Stormstormer as they went up on the Watcher to take that back. But still, this is a deep move to look for. Perhaps a Dragonite. Meanwhile, the Bristleback and the Pug now are just farming up a little bit. Bristle clearing out towards his Aghanim Scepter. 450 gold to go.
And Watson very patient, waiting for the Ogre camp to respawn. And Eki still finds him. Dragon Tail stun though, stops the lasso immediately.
He gets stunned by the Ogre?
Tiny. He's coming in with his avalanche tossed down, and Watson is dead with the help of the Ogres. Now, Eki and Stormstorm are on the run back. Ace will come in, but the decrypt save. And Eiko keeps Eki alive and allows the Batrider to salve and clarity for a potential turnaround play around Zibe, who has Black Hole ready for another avalanche toss. What, Batrider?
Tossed him away from the Midnight or the Malefice. There we go.
It's onto Ace, yeah. They didn't toss it onto the Enigma, which was what I was expecting. So Ace is going to count his lucky stars here that he's not dead. But Eki is going to go back in again. Doom is ready. Arrow thrown, but that misses. Eki falls to Tofu and Quinn. As Stormstormer jumps back in, Deafening Blast pushes him around as the toss lands. Tofu and Quinn still able to stand and fight, but they've got to be careful. This Blink Black Hole. Zibe is ready, waiting in the shadows. There's no Radiant Vision here.
Yeah, there's only 3 players from AVULUS here. Bristleback is off farming somewhere else, but still, Gaimin Gladiators are the ones who are going to concede the area, back out and leave. So, probably happy they didn't lose more on the side of AVULUS. That was a little bit dicey. DK respawning. DK has moved up to farm the Ancients. He's being pinged out right now.
I mean, this has got to hurt, right? You pick the best, the most banned, best hero of current Dota, and you're bottom net worth of the cause. You've been shut down.
AVULUS. That was a little bit dicey. DK respawning. DK has moved up to farm the Ancients. He's being pinged out right now.
I mean, this has got to hurt, right? You pick the best, the most banned, best hero of current Dota, and you're bottom net worth of the cause. You've been shut down heavily.
Yeah.
And so far, no way back into the game.
Yeah, at least Enigma has not progressed that much in gold. Like, he was owning in the lane, but he's joining a lot of these moves and taking time away from his own farming. But yeah, you're absolutely right that the Dragonite, this is not what he envisioned for himself. He wanted to be way more farmed than this. Meanwhile, there's a Bristleback who's just cruising ahead.
Exactly right. You know, maybe giving up a little bit of Zibe's net worth to get this Bristleback to his big timing. Top of the net worth for Smiling Knight, 8,300. With Aghanims ready.
Yep.
A bit of money saved up as well.
Got the Shard queued up. Next item coming in. We have Soneko getting some nice D-wards down. So Triangle is again compromised for Gaimin Gladiators. No access to Ancient Creeps at this point.
I'm curious. What's the normal timing for Armlet Mom on DK? Like, how far behind is Watson in terms of kind of regular?
I mean, a good game, it's like 11 minutes or 12 minutes.
Right.
So yeah, it's definitely quite far behind.
Stormstormer giving vision for Eki here. Flame Break, Lasso, grab the Doom. Watson's in with a stun on Tiny, but that's a shield rune. And Zibe, well, he caught the stun mid-air as he jumped to try and Black Hole. But he'll be held back. Dragonite gets away, and Gaimin Gladiators, I mean, they live on this DK to go and farm another day, but they're going to lose their Doom, and looks like their Maiden here.
Bristol is here.
Storm and Eki will get on top of the Crystal Maiden and toss a creep on her.
Yeah. Final leap charge does get the Mirana to safety, not getting caught by the Bristleback, but the bottom tower is all forfeit now, not holding this area. Yeah, glyph it, just to delay the push, and maybe that will prompt AVULUS to just go farm, control the runes.
Oh, man.
Forge Spirit actually denied the regen rune, at least.
Even without Lasso, Eki is just looking, you know, scouting. Who can I find? What's the next play? What's the next move?
Yeah.
Forces Quinn away from this farming area, and a lot of scribbling on the map. Look at that.
You can really tell how much trust he has in his teammates on Eki, because alone he couldn't really do that much, but all these times that he blinks in, he trusts that Pugna will save him. He got back up to actually bring the damage and kill the opponents. AVULUS playing in unison, and they're moving together towards the Roche. Watson, you gotta get up, buddy. They're heading for this objective right now. He's trying to sneak around. He will run into Firefly. I think, fortunately for him, he's gonna see that it's being farmed and not get spotted.
It feels like AVULUS as a team. You know how football teams have fines for like forgetting your shoes or, you know, chewing gum and stuff on the pitch?
All right.
It feels like AVULUS have a fine for being too far away from another teammate. Every game, they're just like huddled as, you know, 3 or 4 or 5, and there's only ever one hero out on the map doing other stuff.
Yeah, that's very true. I mean, they're great. That's one of the strengths of the team. They're great at finding each other on the map, the way I call it. Just playing into their combinations and what their draft is meant to do. They're not very AFK type gamers. Sometimes it backfires. Sometimes they, you know, want to go together and they end up feeding together. But when it works out beautifully.
If you're ever more than 2,000 range from an ally, it's a 20 push-up, €10 fine. A couple of laps around the block.
It's good ideas. The coach is taking notes right now. I'll forward your message, your ideas.
Yeah, that's what works on esports players, I'm sure. Firefly from Eki, realizing that there's a pretty big gap in their vision there, not wanting to play down to bottom lane. As Gaimin Gladiators set up in that bottom jungle to defend an area.
Shard.
They are under dire vision now. Quinn with a sentry and an obs. Ooh. Avalanche toss into the Enigma. Malefice lasso, chain stuns galore. And Quinn's Invoker, he can't break free of this. No. He'll throw a few spells, but he's done for.
He's been sacrificed. Meanwhile, look at the duo over here. Everyone playing together with each other. Got the Pugna and the Bristleback together, taking out the Tormentor and not really losing any resources for it. This Pugna can just heal up. Smiling Knight's gonna feel great about that. Shard over on the Pugna. First Tormentor down, and they're, of course, camping the Wisdom Rune. Batrider even making sure the other one isn't stolen.
Yeah, exactly. They are so good at getting these objectives.
They're honestly one of the teams that
drilled into them.
Prioritize Wisdom Runes the most out of all teams I've seen. Like they're to almost a detrimental level sometimes. They will go for those wisdoms. I guess 9 Pandas as well. Do you remember 9 Pandas with the invasion towards the Torment area?
Yeah. V2 and solo running at enemies. Almost to a fault. I think you're right.
So
they're baked into their draft and their play.
Gaimin Gladiators, objectives. A bit too reminiscent of the previous game. Feel like they're not really making moves off cooldown. Doom has been ready for a while, but they're not really the ones looking for openings. We see Invoker grouping up now with his friends. Do they have a smoke ready? It's in backpack on the CM.
Yeah.
They have dewarded the area. I would think they were looking.
It's AVULUS, as usual, who are the ones to make the first step. They smoke first.
That's the time.
And Eki sees Quinn. There is backup here for Gaimin Gladiators to try and jump in. Doom, he can't get it off because the tornado hit the Pugna. Now Ace has jumped in to die.
Oh no.
Well, that really sucks for Gaimin Gladiators. 2 cores gone, barely casting any spells, and now they're on the run.
Again, but, you know, begs the question. They had the smoke ready. They were sitting in the area as 4 heroes, but they end up just going down mid lane, farming a creep wave and getting picked off again.
Yeah,
Gaimin Gladiators are just not making the initiations. There's a big trend lately. You know, Dota lingo evolves over time. We attack first is what you always hear in these type of games. And that's what AVULUS are doing. They attack first. Being the reactive team is always hard.
It sucks.
Yeah.
Unless you've got like a Magnus or a Naga or an Enigma or whatever, right? Yeah, exactly. Dawnbreaker. Perfect example.
Yeah, those heroes that can do it. But looking at Gaimin Gladiators' team, they do not have a reactive team. Like, oh, we got jumped. We can freezing field? Tornado, maybe? I don't know.
And even more than that, right? Going down that line, they've got 3 greedy cores. So that we look at this in the draft thinking, okay, these cores, they are meta cores. But we rarely see them all 3 together because usually 1 or 2 of them are banned.
Yeah.
And they all kind of, I don't want to say fulfill the same role, but they're all looking for the later timing. It doesn't, like, they don't play off each other. They're all farming to hit their timings rather than a timing, it feels.
I just think they haven't gotten the value out of Doom. I normally don't say this about Ace, because I feel like Ace is probably one of the absolute best offlaners I've ever seen. Like, he's a beast. But I feel like they haven't really gotten the values worth, you know, of picking this hero.
AVULUS are getting Roshan, taking Aegis, and they're also ganking with Tiny. Stormstorm are wise here to not and go super far on his own. He's kind of waiting, holding the line.
Doom is out.
Getting doomed up. And Zibe and Smiling Knight, they're here with Midnight Pulse and the turnaround play. And Tiny, he's dropping low, but they need the finishing touches to come in while Ace's Doom is being focused down. Gaimin Gladiators, they get the big kill on the Tiny, but now they've got to get the hell out of here. And a black hole catches the Invoker. So Quinn is going to get pummeled by Smiling Knight, giving the Bristle a double kill.
Yeah. And we see a hunt as well from Batrider. Not going to find Tofu though. He's too sneaky. Runs up to the north. In the end, not terrible for them. They finally got a kill on the Tiny at least. These kills matter a lot. Getting a kill when you're behind is super important, but again, not really a fight that you can handily say that Gaimin Gladiators are happy about.
Yeah, but I think that conversation is still quite interesting though, right? Because they... Oh god, Zibe just goes back and kills Maiden. We often find ourselves in drafts looking for the do-shit hero.
Yeah.
You know, recently the priority has been up there, especially in this series, for Earth Spirit Tiny to go up the pecking order and be picked literally first pick. In other games and other series, we've been there thinking we want them to pick Earth Spirit or Tiny. And right now, Gaimin Gladiators have DK farming. Doom is the initiation hero, but he goes in and targets one hero. He's not an immediate blow-up. He's not a continual damage dealer
and
fighter
he's going
as some of these others are. Whereas Batrider here, Enigma, and Tiny, 3 forms of jump and initiation, so they can go on
the
one
toss-out?
and then another. Toss back of Quinn gets them the bonus kill that they've wanted. As Stormstormer might die to Sunstrike and the final damage out of tower and Cell in freezing field. It's cancelled by the Avalanche. They heal from Suneko, keeps Stormstormer alive. And Gaimin Gladiators, I mean, they're just completely crumbling now.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they call it. Honestly, this is so despair. The Dragon Knight is just watching right now. Watching is spinning in circles. He's like, well, I'm here, guys. I have BKB, but I'm missing 4 teammates. And he actually gets tossed out.
There's another jump in from Stormstormer. Watson has to BKB. He's got Masquerade to run away a bit faster, but look at Smiling Knight nipping at his heels. Forced back to Fountain. A lane disappears. And AVULUS, 15k ahead, have just stormed through these last 2 games with ease, it feels.
Yeah. They got clobbered pretty badly in the first game. It was a brawl, but they got beat down like repeatedly. But then in game 2, they make it look super easy. In game 3 is even more dominant as Gladiators just can't find the tempo. Looking like they're about to get eliminated from this qualifiers. This is the lower brackets. Second round. AVULUS already working their way through.
I mean, it's 1 foot in the grave right now for Gaimin Gladiators.
It really is.
A light breeze is going to push them over. Smiling Knight fronting here for AVULUS. Allowing Stormstormer and Eki to sit back in the fog behind trees. They'll get a D ward, so now their jumps are a little clearer. And Stormstormer makes the first one onto Celery. Maiden dead with buyback available. As Watson pops his ulti. I mean, Gaimin Gladiators have got to do something, but the lasso, counteracted with a tornado.
Good reaction.
From Quinn. Holding back the jump from Eki, now with the Dragon Tail stun, but the tossback saves. Stormstormer puts himself in danger, though. Half HP as the Sunstrike should land. Smiling Knight still trying to front line of the black hole from Zibe. Catches Invoker, but the Dragon Knight damage is coming through hot. A DK clears through the Enigma, and Watson can maybe stand and fight, as Ace has kept AVULUS away from this tier 3 tower battle. Smiling Knight will BKB, and that's the disengage plan now for AVULUS. Run back. It didn't respect the DK's damage as the black hole missed him. And Gaimin Gladiators buy back on Invoker, hold their base, run out
ward on the high
and
ground.
meet
They can
AVULUS
fight.
now. Going into dire vision, though. Scary times for Gaimin here. Ace has met the Smiling Knight. Bristleback dodges Tornado. The cool sprays are coming. Watson walks up the high ground trying to fight into this Bristle, but the decrypt save buys a bit of time. Taneko on the run, but is cleared out by Watson. Dragonite, Shiny, Golden Griffin onto Zibe now as well. And Enigma about to fall, but on the right-hand side, the Sunstrike onto Bristleback. Smiling Knight still alive. Survives and gets a double kill. Both supports lives claimed, and this Invoker stuck on the low ground between the Bat and the Bristle. Down he goes.
And that's a buyback Invoker. Dead for 70 seconds now. Ultra kill for the Bristleback. Fighting really well under their ward on the side of AVULUS. They realize that they can back out and just reset that fight, even with the Tiny not being there. Easy for them. And Tiny comes back, looking at this tower. Only 1 hero alive, and he's not even a dragon right now. 5 seconds time, he does have ulti again, but no BKB.
Big damage out of that Bristle in that the last couple of fights, I guess. These fights very extended, long duration, multiple buybacks. And it's going to be AVULUS, though, that come out with another lane of barracks. 20k So they're good.
And the doctor is here, so Neko will quickly patch up his bristleback. The little porcupine is ready again.
The field doctor.
Yeah, I think this Pugna fits AVULUS so well. The value they have been getting out of the constant healing and how fast they play. Like, you can ask, oh, why don't all teams just play this fast? You know, just run at your enemy. A lot of it is because of Pugna. He keeps the HP and the resources high, so they can go for these fights.
And we've seen a couple of teams try to replicate that with an IO pick, but IO loses all the laning value that Pugna brings, as Eki, again, trying to go in, BKB, and then run away as he nearly found the lasso, but Gaimin Gladiators with some swift reactions to stop it.
Yeah. Eki stays safe, but that is his BKB on cooldown, so Gaimin Gladiators, they realize that things are not getting better by waiting. They smoke out. I like this move from them. Try and get a fight, but will they react to this? They scan.
Scan turns red. And AVULUS scanned the high ground, but it's Smiling Knight who's the first point of contact, and a decrep Force Staff gets him the breakaway that he needed.
Oh, now they're on their ward. Dragon Knight has been spotted. And you know that Eki is looking for this. He's trying to catch up.
Invoker.
Blink Dust? No?
Not coming. That was a scary moment there for Quinn as he walked past that Observer ward. Stormer. Decrep for now, but on an ice wall. And doomed up as they lasso Ace. Drag him back into Smiling Knight. It's going to be Stormer Tiny for the Ace Doom, but this Bristleback is on Quinn. The damage just keeps on coming.
Still alive?
There's a Frostbite, but he turns and Quill sprays him down. No Invoker or Doom for 45 seconds, and this is AVULUS charging into the base. Past tier 3s, going for kills. Dragon Knight in trouble. Here come the Quills. Smiling Knight and the Black Hole from Zibe. That catches the two supports in the fountain. They are farming in the well. GG called. AVULUS down Gaimin Gladiators. Drop them out with the qualifiers in a 2-1 victory.
AVULUS just looking in form, just like we expect from them in the qualifiers. They are the qualifier team. They will fight hard to get these slots, Gareth. And in the lower brackets, I think they're a fearsome Reaper to run into.